What's up with DJ Artwork? Keeping convos flowing like clockwork. You got Miss Q, she keeping it real, she telling the truth, and we know it hurt. Now you got me in a raw tee, always talking about these currencies, trying to help you grow your money along with your family tree. That's the whole fam right there. Kick back, turn your radios up, turn your TV up, whatever it is you listen to a song, turn it up and get ready to dive in. We'll speak on it with the fam. Yo, what up, world? What it is, what it do, man? Y'all know who it is, man. It's the coldest host in the city, Mr. J Rose, and y'all already know DJ Artwork. Oh, sis ain't here again. Nah, she here. I'm bullshitting with y'all. She in the building. She in her own building, though. Say something, sis, on the camera could pop up on you.
What up, what up, what up?
So y'all already know that's Miss Q, man. She in the building. As y'all also can see, we have guests in the building. We keep telling y'all, man, we coming along with this thing. We getting better and better every show. So, of course, we have Miss Anna to my immediate left, and then to the far left, we got Miss Lisa over there, all right? So they're going to be chiming in and letting us know what it is and how they feel about different things that we speaking on today. Oh, did we forget to say Miss Anna, she an entrepreneur? Yeah, she is an entrepreneur. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to let her introduce what it is that she doing, how she making a change out here in the world. And Miss Lisa was a vet. So, you know, we all vets up here. Shout out to all the vets, man. We showing love to any and everybody around here. Quit playing with us. So, yeah, man. So shout out to all our sponsors, man. Beltline, Hoover Sisters, Edgar Fashion, RBY Prince, TSH Designs, Art of Entertainment. Who else we got? I'm missing somebody. Brandon Doula. Who I'm missing? Beast Mode Chef. Beast Mode Chef. Oh, how can I get Body Edge Fitness? And I'm rocking the shirt today. What up, Body Edge, man? Hey, y'all trying to get etched and sketched for the summer, man. That's where y'all need to go. Go ahead and get over there. And last but not least, Raw Alternative Tees, man. You know what I mean? I almost wore my shirt today. You should have rocked it. I almost wore it. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, man, shout out to GSTB, man, for supplying and doing what they do for us on the back end. So y'all already know, man, this is our therapeutic sessions. We come in, we sit down, we talk about what's going on and how we feel about different things. And like I said, man, we growing. So how we gonna say we speaking on it with the fam? And we ain't really had no fam in here. So now we bringing the fam in, and now they gonna start, chiming in and letting us know how they feel. So how we gonna do? Who feel like going first today? Who got the juiciest topic to go with today?
She wasn't here, so she.
Oh, got her. Yeah, they starting early.
So you gotta go first.
Oh God. Okay.
How you doing, by the way?
Exhausted. I'm ready to have this baby.
Countdown is real, like
5 more weeks. Now I don't even think he's gonna last to 5. Yeah,
he's gonna come before the 5. He gonna come in like 3.
I'm so ready.
Up in here. He coming out feet first too, kicking in.
No.
I'm up out of here.
No.
I cannot wait.
Right, exactly. I ain't gotta worry about it.
Let him come on out the way he coming out.
There it is.
So my topic for today is employers holding themselves accountable.
Oh, I'm taking this personal. What that means? Employers, yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of private-owned businesses, and you hire managers and you hire directors and you hire all of these people to help you run these businesses so that you can kind of because I feel like most people open a businesses so they can kind of just give somebody the vision, let them run it, give them an example, set their expectations, and then just watch from the backhand. Too many employers that I'm seeing today as private employers are getting so involved. And some owners, the business aspect of it as far as the frontline business, and some you just need to stay in the back end and look at the finances and the paperwork of it. So when you come to the front end and you mess things up, hold yourself accountable. Don't hold those managers or those bosses accountable for the mistakes that you made. And then now you being called out, but I'm being, those managers and those bosses are being worshipped. And it's like, well, this is your fault. This was all your fault. It's like, no, it's your fault. Hold yourself accountable for it.
So you had a situation where somebody didn't trust you? I mean, a manager, a owner, or somebody came down and did something messed up, and then everybody else got in trouble for it?
It's just no, it's backlashing on them. And now it's like, this is you. This is you. And I'm like, no, this is you. So, but if you want to play the blame game, we can sit down and we can have a conversation and I can tell you how this is you. Because again, some need to just stay in the back and look at the back angle of it, finance part of it. Like I'm your front end. I've been doing this for way too long. Stay in the back because your 2 years don't overcome my 9. So, I'm just realizing that a lot of people that I know that work for private employers are saying this, they're having these issues. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's, private, I feel like private owned businesses are not, the managers want to be so involved, but it's like, pick one. You can't say, well, here's this. I want you to handle this. But then when this is handed to you, then it's like, oh no, this is your fault. So accountability, employers.
I think it's a trust issue.
That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking of what she's talking about.
Right.
I'm thinking of like an answer or response. Think of lack of trust when it comes to business. Because people, and accountability, right? It's hard for people to be accountable in any space.
True.
Whether it's a workspace, whether it's personal space, because when people are accountable for whatever goes wrong,
Yep.
they feel bad, right? And no one wants to feel bad about their own person. So accountability is hard for everyone, right? Let's like think about it, not only in the workspace, but let's just speak on that part. And then lack of trust, right? When a person is going and like overseeing what they gave you to do, it's hard for a person, I believe, me being a person in business, right, to delegate and then believe that that person is going to have the same passion and the same due diligence to get everything done as I would. Because as we know, the hardest thing in business is to find people that are going to go just as hard as you for what you want and for what you believe in.
Right.
True.
Right. So just speaking on that, but I do agree with that. Accountability in the workspace. I happen to work for a really great company, which when we voice whatever we are dislikes, like I just love my company. I tell you, they make it really hard for us to leave.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But not all companies are like that. Right. So dealing with an employer who is accountable and who's actually looking for the wellness of their employees, right? And they trust in their employees, that is a plus in the workspace, right? And like I always, when I coach people or whatever, I tell people just go to a place in which what you appreciate is appreciated. Right? What you value is appreciated. Like I love my workplace because they value mental health.
Okay.
Right? Our mental health is very important to them. So they offer us services and things for us to be well mentally, right? So because I value mental health, I love my workplace, right? So I always tell people work for companies that value what you value.
That's true.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, let's like to kind of counter. We hear the saying all the time, shit roll downhill. So if something's going wrong, it's gonna go downhill regardless. Like it don't matter if you in a Fortune 500 company or if it's just 3. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna roll downhill. But again, like you said, you have to be able to take accountability. And my thing is, like, if you're gonna be an owner, and I think that's the hardest, like you said, it's hard for all of us to do, but you gotta learn how to delegate. And if you're gonna delegate, then you gotta trust 100% that they're gonna have it. Because if not, you're gonna be hovering. And I know me personally, don't hover over my shoulder. Don't tell me to do something.
Well, you're hiring people so you don't have to be hovering, right?
Right.
So now you're doing the same exact thing that you're not supposed to do because you hire someone, right?
So then that falls on you though, because
Right.
the person you hired is not doing what they should
And
do.
then comes another thing, right? Because then let's say that person is not producing what you want them to produce, right?
Okay.
Now you have to get good at firing people, right? And then replacing people. So it's like building
Let me
business.
play the devil's advocate here,
Go ahead.
right? So we're talking private ownership,
Right.
which means we're not talking about Fortune 500
Right.
companies, right? So as that individual that was given the power to be that manager, I feel like being that you're in that small space, that you have to be able to voice what you need, right? As a manager, you're going to tell me what you need. Great. And I'm going to try to follow it to the T. But if I'm going to give you all of my trust, I have to have a conversation with you as to don't hover, right? And you're not going to say it in that sense, right? You're not going to say don't hover over me because I don't like that. But
Right.
allow me to have some leeway with this project. You
Or
know,
if you
allow
trust
me
that
to
you
be
trust
able
me.
to handle A, B, and C on my own. You know,
Right.
if there has to be a conversation, I feel, with that person, because if not, you're dealing with somebody who
Uh-huh.
has to give up trust. Right?
Right,
I have to give up trust to let you do this for me. Yeah, you have 9 years of experience. I only have 2, but this is my life. This is my
Right.
baby, right? And yes, you have experience, but I don't really know if I can trust you. So that conversation, I think, has to happen between that manager and that owner and say, I know you like to get in the day to day, but I'm gonna need you to give me some space on this.
I have.
Yeah.
have,
And if that doesn't happen, then that,
Mhm.
listen, like you said, if you want to sit down and have a conversation about the blame game, we can do that. But without having that initial conversation,
right.
shit is gonna roll downhill.
Exactly.
And that's where it's at this point. And the thing about me is like I throw the deuces up quick. Addy 1000. You can have this shit. Like this shit ain't gonna stress me out because one, my passion is kids. No matter where I go, no matter where with no door, every door that I step into, my passion is kids. And my personality itself draws those parents to be able to trust me 20,000%. And I'm gonna use again Jay's daughter. I had her from an infant. An
She
incident
messed
happened with her.
All the way fucked up right now because of you.
An incident happened at our old center where her finger got smashed in the door, and literally her fingertip, like damn near was hanging off the finger. So at the time, those supervisors was like, Juanisha, can you please call them because we know you got a relationship with them. They're gonna take it better hearing it from you than if we call. They called me at home to come back to call them. So I'm like, oh no, y'all on this one on y'all. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I get back to the center. I'm like, Mika and Jay. I'm like, I need y'all to come get, such. I'm not going. Well, Bailey, everybody knows his daughter. She needs to go to the hospital right now. Her finger got smashed in the door, and her fingertip is pretty much hanging. I'm applying pressure right now. She calm. I just need y'all to relax. She okay. So everybody know Bailey's Jay's first daughter. So the reaction that I expected was, I ain't trying to hear, him to get rah-rah, which any parent would. And it was like, Q, all right, we on our way. How bad is it? And I'm like, it's bad. She gonna need some stitches. He's like, all right, I'm gonna breathe and I'm gonna be on our way. And I said, okay. So he's like, can you please stay here and wait until they get here? And I'm like, okay, sure. So I stayed. And when he came and actually physically seen it, he still was calm within that moment where he could have went off. Because it wasn't, again, he could have went off. He could have lost it, whether or not of our relationship or not. That's his child. Nobody plays when it comes to their kids. So again, because of my personal or professional, at the time, it was professional relationship that I had with that particular family, me giving that phone call in that situation, allow those parents to be like, you know what? Q got her. I know she in good hands. I want to flip, but I'm gonna trust Q judgment of the story that she's telling me. Now, it could have been a bullshit story, but it was a true story, what really happened. But because it came from me and the trust that they have within me, it was kind of a smooth riding where they could have sued the company. They could have did a whole bunch of other things and it didn't go. We paid the hospital bill and that was it. She came back to school and everything went riding on. So it's just like, I'm a people's person. And when you bringing your kid to me, because if I'm bringing my kid to somebody, I need to trust you.
Right.
I need to feel comfortable enough to know that my kid's in the best hand. So who does that come from? The employee. It's up to me to get those families to trust in order for them to be like, okay, this is a place I want to keep my kid. Because she knows what she's talking about. I feel safe. She honest, she loving, she caring. So it's just like, that's not your personality, stay in the back. It's cool. Let me handle even the hard stuff. I don't care about parent conflict. Every parent is not going to be happy, but let me handle it the way to where it's going to end it up smooth. It's going to end smoothly. Of course, the parent going to be upset, but it's not going to be as much with all the chaos that's occurring. So it's just like, hold yourself accountable before we play the blame game.
So
I think it's 100% on the manager though, as far as like, I think they lack accountability,
the
confidence.
manager or the owner?
The owner, I'm sorry. The owner lack accountability, confidence, because like I have employees. I have about 10 employees. And I'm not the type of manager that's gonna like hover over them. Like I tell them straight up when I hire them, like, I'm not gonna be out there in your business. Like straight up. Like I talk to them just like this. And so but if I was the type of manager that would, anytime something goes wrong,
Mhm.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose my job, because if I get out there and I have to get involved and I do something that's messed up and they want me to write somebody else up, now I'll take it right up, because I have the confidence to know that like, even if something went down, I don't want like my, my morals, things that I stand for
Right.
to be, jeopardized with people. So my thing is I take it if I messed up. So that's where their accountability piece comes in at, but it's a trust issue between you and that person. It might not be necessarily you. It might be something that they had in business before you.
Right.
But, and then so like, even though they know, because like, yeah, they want you're an asset to them because they want you to stay around, meet the, be that pillow for when the parents get there so you can soften the blow. But at the same time, something in the back is like, if this shit really hit the fan, I can't survive it. So I got to be involved and make sure that every little move is observed so things don't go wrong.
Micromanaging.
So but you got to make the decision if that's somebody you want to work for. Because like Anna said, nah, you got to be somewhere where you're happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
generally, at the end of the day, it's like where you're happy, where you're trusted, and where you feel like you want to come to work every day. At the end of the day, whether that's the issue or another issue, I just always tell people, at least, when you're going to work, accomplish, just being happy there.
Yeah.
Being happy there. Like if you're not happy for whatever reason, just go to another place, because there's a lot of different employers, that will trust you, and you will feel comfortable, and you will get your job done, and you will have a good, work relationship environment. And that's important, because when we work, we spend a lot of time at work. So our work relationships are important.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm gonna say this like this. I done had 3 deaths in 3 weeks. Right? Literally. 3 deaths in 3 weeks. All right. It was, of course, y'all heard me talk about my football coach. And then, of course, y'all heard me talk about Montrez. So my football coach, his funeral was on the 8th. Montrez got killed Saturday night on the 8th. And then that following Thursday, my uncle passed away. Right. So literally every other weekend, I've been at a funeral. Okay. And after reflecting on everything, like I said, coach was 60, Montrez was 43, and then my uncle was 60, right? And just hearing everybody's, remembrance speeches of different of all three of them, different people, what they did, what they accomplished, whatever. It's all about being happy while you're here. Fuck everything. Everything else can be replaced. A job, you can get another one, right? Car, you can get another one. House, you can get another one. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I ain't saying go out here and just be, just frivolous and just do crazy shit. But when it's all said and done, when you know that you on your bed, you need to be able to be at peace with, okay, cool, shit, I done accomplished a lot. Like, I'm happy with the life that I live. This shell that I'm in, I pushed it to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, none of us know. None of us know when that clock gonna hit. So it's like at this point in time, sis, if like just straight up, if you're not happy, man, 2 tears in the bucket, fuck it. Move around. It's plenty of other centers around here. And like personally speaking, like you said, I know how you move. I know what you bring to a center. And like I've been telling you, open up your own shit. Why we keep depending on everybody else?
There it
Open
is.
up your own shit. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you drop this new button,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? Get in the process of opening your own shit. You too good to be running around here, having somebody looking over your shoulder. Your resume speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? With everybody that's in your circle, all the parents you done encountered, your resume speak for itself. So, like I said, I ain't saying move frivolously, but at the same time, man, life is too short to motherfucking be taking bullshit from people that's unappreciative of what you got. So
I second
agree.
that,
I
yeah.
second that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
like we all gotta just
Yeah.
There's,
I mean, I-
somebody always needs somebody. There's always a space for someone to take care of children. Because that is, I mean, seriously.
That's a
it-
necessity, that's a need.
It's a necessity, it's a need,
People have
and
to
the
go to work, they have
turnaround
kids.
is so crazy.
right.
I mean, that, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
the
busy.
turnaround that
Parents are
drives
busy.
you insane. Like, I can remember when my daughter was when she was like an infant, in the infant room, right? It was
Right.
this one lady, and I was like, please, God, don't let her ever leave, right? Don't let her ever leave. And then she got out of the infant room, and then once she started in that toddler space, I literally followed the lady that took care of her to 2 other centers because I didn't want anybody else taking care of my daughter. She was that kind and that loving, and that she was so focused on these kids. And I was like, wherever Samira go, where you going? Where's how far? Oh, don't worry, we're coming. We're coming. We're coming.
Yeah,
There's
Yeah.
always a space for you.
Yeah.
Okay, always.
and then you can hire people that's like you. Like you can
Yes.
tell them straight up, like I do. Like, hey, this is how I want things to go.
Yeah,
Can you do it? If you can't do it, no hard feelings.
Yes.
But like you just hire, don't just hire people just to hire them. You know what I'm saying? Like hire people who are just as passionate that want to open something like you do.
yep, yeah. It was,
Yeah.
it's so bad. So Kira, she went on to kindergarten and everything. When she started in kindergarten and I needed an after school person, she had left the whole center. She was doing it out of her home. I was taking care of to her house. That's how much, when you find somebody who
Exactly.
like you're saying, if they trust you, we'll follow you to the end of time. To the end of time. So yes, there is a space for you out there. I agree. You should open up your own space.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Simple. Yeah, you know a realtor. So finding a space ain't definitely not an
Yeah.
issue. You know what I'm saying? You got plenty of business owners around you. Your circle's full of business owners. So they can tell you different avenues and different approaches to take. And I'm pretty sure knowing you done your research. So you already know everything that's needed. And you done ran the centers. So shit, of course you know everything that's needed.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, man, hey, it's all about keeping smiles on all of our faces and having that joy in all of our hearts. So
So stop playing.
you gotta wait 5 weeks though. She gotta wait 5 weeks.
After you drop the baby, stop playing.
Yeah,
Be serious
man.
about it.
Yeah, for real. Shit. Be like Trump. Put it in trust, and hey, if they do try to sue you, they ain't getting shit. So turn around and sue them and take all that shit. You know what I mean? You know? But
Because you're stupid, I'm not.
oh shit. Yeah, man. So I don't know though, but yeah, that's all I got for it.
Yeah. So if you sitting at a job that you are unhappy with, where somebody's micromanaging you, get up and leave.
But just make sure you got another job.
Right,
Yeah,
man.
back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Start on their computers,
Right.
on Indeed.
He said on their computers.
Have your resume saved on their computer. Maybe send that shit out.
Do not incognito.
They'll go to the
Right.
bathroom and do a phone interview while you at work.
Mhm. And then get on it.
Yes, and you
Yeah.
get up on out of there.
Yes, I agree.
But comment below on what you think about this topic. Give some advices on if you need to leave a company or how you should talk to your manager if your manager is overbearing or anything like that.
Yeah.
And if you're an owner, take accountability for what you do and have the confidence to move forward if you guys do make mistakes. But
Owners, y'all can comment too. Let us know. Shit. Talk your shit in these comments down below because we're gonna talk right back to you.
put your perspective in there.
Yeah, most definitely.
But we're gonna go out. We're gonna holler at our sponsors for a little bit.
Holla.
We'll be back. All right. Speak on it with the fam. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, listen, I've been doing my research and the ladies have spoken. they're getting money now. They have their careers, they have their side hustles. They can buy their own dinners, they can take their own trips, they can buy their own homes, they can buy their own cars. A lot of the experiences that you would like to share with them, they've already done. There's really nothing you can do to really impress a woman these days. But there is one thing you can do, and probably one thing only, and that is get her a Beltline Bully Camp puppy, baby. We're gonna have a breeding going down in January. You don't wanna miss out. So make sure you hit the link below and follow us for the updates. Let's get it, baby.
When it rains, it pours. She like the way I like a Mary. Billie Jean.
It's me. Yo, what it is? Speak on it with. Don't stop that. This is Speak on it with the fam. We want to thank all our sponsors for tapping in, supporting us through all our shows. Creeping up on them shows, man.
We creeping up, bro.
Creeping up on them shows.
So real quick, let's ask all our viewers what we should do for our 20th show. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's let them see what they say.
Hey, so in the comment section, put what you think we should do on our 20th show.
20 of
20.
20. Most people don't even get past 5.
Consistency
We cover up on 20.
Consistency is key.
Congratulations.
We gotta stay consistent. But so since I'm bringing us back, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on off with my
That's what I'm talking about. Take leadership.
Good job,
We-
Art.
On the last segment, we spoke about true happiness.
Yeah.
But when you
You're
get
taking accountability.
of course. But when you get to true happiness, that's removing the fear that you have in life, right?
Facts.
So
Facts.
what does it mean to really live without fear?
Ooh.
Check you out.
Right. Hey, he dropped one in.
It's cute. Why you?
I'm proud of you. It's because we're getting closer to 20.
For real. Like you always hear like motivational speakers talk about, live without fear,
Have no
live
fear.
in abundance and all this stuff. But like we live, like when you actually think about reality, like it's a real thing. And like, even though you may conquer one fear, it's always going to be another fear that's coming. So what does it really mean to you to live without fear, or how do you overcome fear?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Good.
And one of our guests, y'all want to speak on that first?
I'll speak on
All
it.
right, go ahead, Miss Anna. What you got for us?
So for me, recently, in the last couple of months of my life experience, I've experienced lack of fear when I listen to all of my downloads. And by
Okay.
downloads, I mean, I guess when God speaks to me
Okay.
and sends me a message, and I go on it and I move without questioning it.
Mm.
And I've been experiencing the results of listening to that and how I see how that works. That has removed a lot of the fear that I have when I come to just living my life. And that's how I stepped into moving down here to Atlanta from New York.
Yeah.
Not knowing no one.
What part of New York you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Where you from, sis?
Where are you from in Brooklyn, sis?
Flatbush.
Girl, where?
Oh,
That's
shit.
the Lennox Road between Nostrand and Rogers.
Actually hoping all of them was gonna be here together. You to be here because I knew y'all was gonna. I knew y'all was gonna be
Where you from?
I'm from Lennox Road between Nostrand and Rogers.
Oh my God.
When he created the whole, hey, we going with the plan. This is what we do.
Sure. That's what he was talking
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what we do on Speak On It with the Fam. We keep
So-
trying to tell y'all, man.
to get back on the topic of fear, when I moved down here,
Right.
I said, I don't know nobody. I have money. I'm going down there with this man that I barely know. May God protect me.
Okay.
And may everybody be with me, because leaving is better than staying here. So ever since I've been here, and I've been protected from every single fear I've ever felt. And I've been thought through to this point. I'm just not scared. I'm not scared of anything. I'm not afraid of anything. Because I claim myself protected and supported. Every single time I affirm to myself, I am supported. I am protected, and I'm gonna be all right.
So do you think that because you came here, so were you like, if you would have came from New York to Atlanta, rich as hell, do you think you would have still had that same, like being able to conquer those fears versus coming from going up, bottom to up?
No,
Mm-mm.
because what I've come to understand is, and what people don't like to hear, is the comfort and the confidence that money gives you when you're stepping into new things, even building a new business, right? When you have money, when you're starting a new business, you're able to establish the business, open a store, set up an online and hire people and then have payroll, right?
Yeah.
Compared to people that are using their own money to pay for their business,
Begging
blah,
for
blah, blah,
money.
blah, and begging for money and yada, yada, yada,
Yeah.
right? So we need to understand that even though money is not everything, money is a tool that gives us access to create what we want to create quicker,
Facts.
right? And the reason why also I wasn't scared is because I also had $10,000 in the bank. Yeah, I didn't know nobody
So she
over
was gone.
here,
Yeah.
right? I didn't know nobody over here, and I was technically homeless, but I had money though.
Mm,
And I said, how am I homeless, but I have money?
mm,
It was weird, right? But also I said, my universe has me, my God has me, and whatever I don't know right now is going to come to me. And I'm not scared, even as afraid as I was, because we want to be scared, right? Because that's what we're taught here, to be scared, to not trust in this thing that we're connected to. And then it gives you answers, and then it gives us downloads, and then it protects us from everything that is not for us, but we have to pay attention to it. And we
about
have to listen to it.
What about you? How you get through your fears, and or how do you think?
How did you end up in Atlanta? Let's look. Let's put them all on this same train. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Like how did you move from?
I'm not gonna
You're-
tell the whole story
to
because,
Atlanta.
but I
Lisa
just wanted
moved
to
that
like
dope.
raise my children in New York. That's
Okay.
basic. I was not raising my kids in Brooklyn. I just was not. So I was like, well, where we gonna go? Where we gonna go? So it was Atlanta, North Carolina, Maryland, or Florida. This is where.
Thought about Florida.
Yeah, so we had this whole thing.
It's y'all Brooklyners. It's y'all Brooklyners.
So okay, long story short, we let the cat decide. We wrote everything, we wrote each state on a piece of paper,
What can she
threw it on the floor.
You didn't hear me.
This cat just wanted to go. Take this cat. Cat decided, cat hit the paper, it said Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay.
There it
So
is.
then I had to start looking, talking, networking with people in my industry and so forth, and where I was gonna go. Ended up with two guys that I work with in New York. And they had opened up a merchant processing customer service center in Alpharetta, and they were like, will you come run the customer service center?
That's dope.
I said, all right. They flew me down for a meet and greet. I was like, yeah, I could do this. live like this, and but then they told me I had 3 weeks.
Mm.
Right? They had to move me within 3 weeks. So I had to go back home, get my dad situated, all kinds of stuff. Literally in 3 weeks, we just threw everything that we had in a big truck and drove down here. And I made it, right? Was I fearful in leaving New York? No, because I had traveled all over the world as a soldier. And
Ooh.
to kind of backtrack to your question, like, how do I handle fear? It seems so cliche to say that I rely on what I learned as a soldier, but it is what gets me through a lot of the
Ooh.
things
Yeah, that's big.
in my life.
That's big right there.
Because, and I try to instill the same thing in my children, which is hard, but there's so many things that we went through as soldiers. I don't know if any of you were deployed or whatever, but
2
there's
times.
so much that we went through and that we have seen
Right.
that you have to put your mind and yourself in a place where I'm not gonna die here,
Right.
right? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna die here. I'm
Yeah.
going home. I'm going home. So you put your mind there. So when things happen, I think I rely a lot on my training
Okay.
to get me to that next step.
Mm.
And at the older I get, it gets harder to pull from that training because I've been away from it for so long. So it gets harder. The older I get, it's harder to pull from it, but it's always there.
Mhm.
It's always there that I can do this.
It's
There's
like
nothing I
riding a bike.
can't do.
Yeah. it's
And
like
if that's
riding a
one
bike.
thing the military told me is there's nothing I can't do.
You're damn right.
Nothing.
For real.
So
I was supposed to join the military, but I got pregnant.
you could have still.
On deployment and, let's check. Sorry, I can't go. And then the war broke out. I'm like, the Lord fucking knew it.
Yeah, a lot of people made money during that war.
Hey, shit.
They were making money during that war.
Hey.
You wanna?
Because all you was doing is
Shit, I
sending
was, I was
me home.
deployed.
You wasn't
Yeah.
doing anything.
I was making money off that motherfucker.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what so I can't say that I'm never fearful because I am. There's so many things that I feel like we have to protect ourselves as people of color,
Mhm.
as
Mm.
women of color.
Mm.
There's so many things that I have to protect my children from that I'm always fearful.
Right.
Mhm.
But I think that I have things to help me pull myself back from that and not to be as fearful as I could be and to rely on that strength to take the next step.
Right.
Got you.
Absolutely.
What about you? Your fears and how you get to overcome. You doing a lot. Break it
Um,
down.
Well, first, once I relocated into Georgia, or moving to Georgia, that once I accomplished that, I was like, I can do anything in the world because I just knew I was never going to leave the city. But then when I became a mom, and as I started to see the things that were happening, and I had a little brother, the gangs were just beating up the kids for no reason, taking their things and stuff like that. I went to my parents. I was like, we gotta get the hell up out of here because if somebody put their hand on my little brother, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm going to jail. So I knew leaving New York, once having a little brother and having my own child was something that I wanted to do. I just was like, how I'm gonna do it. So once I left with my parents, because I came down here with my parents, my brother and my daughter, once I left, and in the beginning, there was some struggles, trying to find a job and everything. Then I finally found a job. I knew that I can accomplish anything after that. When it comes to just my basic fears, to me, they're fears, but it's fears like, can I accomplish this? Like, can I protect, ensure I can protect my family or my friends or my children from this? It's not like something that's like, I go to sleep at night and it's like, I'm afraid like losing my job. If I lose my job, I'm okay with that because I know I can get another one, because my skill sets, my credentials and all the other things, and just the avenues that I have. And sometimes I think about, if I lose my job, what I'm going to do? I'm like, well, that is a sign saying that maybe you should open your own business. So when it comes to fears, I feel like I kind of look at it like if it's a fear, then it's something that I can accomplish, something I can overcome. So don't look at it as a fear, look at it as a challenge and say, this is a challenge that I need to face in my life. Because from 25 to 32 right now, it's a whole different queue. The whole different queue.
Snapple.
So yo, it's like I just kind of look at them as challenges. And I feel like I'm from New York. You can face anything because you never know what you're gonna get into in the city. While on the train, you don't know what you're gonna see, what you're gonna have to encounter. So it's like, come on, if I can live out there and survive for 25 years, no matter where I go, and not be scared, be on a train at 3 o'clock in the morning by myself, walking the streets by myself. It's all these guys walking past with all this confidence. Like, I wish you niggas would.
I just went home for 2 weeks. I just went home a week ago for a week. And what I experienced, I'm like, how do you do this every day? Still?
Yeah.
How do you do this every day? Like, I had to really get in front of a guy's face. He was coming at my daughter, like, just very aggressive. I'm like, oh, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your daughter. I'm talking to your friend. My daughter. That's not my friend. That's my daughter. If you don't get the fuck up out of here, I will. Oh God.
Yeah.
I said, girl.
I don't never want to go to New York.
Man, look,
Experience it, but
I went.
What? I never. You don't hear good things about New York.
It was very intense being.
Dude, they like, oh, you be stepping over bodies in the alleys, and somebody gonna snatch your stuff in the subway. Like,
And New York.
that's what I want to experience. I want to go on vacation. Like I'm on damn Call of Duty or some shit.
To myself,
I want to go on vacation. I want to see some good shit.
like I said, I was home I was home January, I was home February, I went home, March, and I was just like, how the fuck did I do this every day?
every day.
Every single day I lived in this
After
jungle.
2 days, I want to leave.
Yo.
I want to come back over here.
Yep.
Like, I had enough. I
I think that's everybody's
They
hometown,
so
though.
angry.
I
They
be like
so
that.
no, New York,
Oh,
different
no.
level.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother level.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you, and everything.
No, I mean it's because you live here 10 plus years and you learn
How
to
to
be
open
hospitable.
doors. How to
You
say
know,
thank
you learn
you.
to say thank you, good morning, hello, goodbye, you waving.
Not over there.
I appreciate you. You learning all of that. Those mannerisms, and then you go back home and people look talking to me.
Yeah, that's clip. They get into that.
And nobody's right. You get on the train and I'm looking around like, bitch, because I
Hey.
chain like this.
Yeah, New York.
But you know what's funny though is because I promise I went one time for vacation, but I bullshit you not. So I'm 6'2", you know what I mean? So I'm walking, we walking down the fucking strip or street, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I'm literally the only one looking up because I'm looking over everybody, right? And everybody's walking just like this. So I'm looking like, damn, don't nobody up here have confidence. That's how I'm taking it. Because it's like everybody walking with their head down. I'm the only one walking with my head up. You know what I'm saying? So when I say excuse me, nobody says excuse me back. Everybody just keep fucking moving. So what I tell the shorty that I'm with,
Just
I
keep
don't like
moving.
coming up here. I like they rude as fuck up here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when they do look up, they looking at you like,
They're looking at you like you
Like,
got
what
four
you looking
heads.
yeah.
Crazy.
For the last week, 2 weeks ago, and I said, I have to switch. Like every time I go home, it's like I have to turn on a switch
You have to put on a
to
different
be
hat.
New York switch. And then when I get back to Georgia, as soon as I land on that airport,
Right.
I have to put back
Yeah.
my subtle and excuse me, thank you, calm
Thank you.
hat. But when I get home, it's like, my nigga, what's up?
Look,
Yeah.
Damn.
I used to go to the chick from the Bronx. She used to fight me for no reason. Like, if we could just be having a simple argument.
And she would hit you, right?
Want to swing on me?
You better square up, nigga.
Like, for what? Like, we just disagree.
Right.
That's it. I don't want to eat there. It's crazy.
Square up.
I see where all this is coming from.
Yeah.
Different beast. It
New
really,
York
really
is
is.
Telling you, that's why I was out of control. It literally took me to meet, and I'm so grateful to meet Shamika, Jay's wife, in order for me to really be like, all right, you got to chill. Because we go out, and I remember we went out to some lounge, and some girl bumped her and then looked at her. I was like, bitch, what's up? Like, what's going on? And she's like, Q, you gotta calm down. Like, okay, she was about to apologize. I'm like, oh, that bitch was like she was ready because I was ready. So it really took me like I used to be on go, like don't say nothing, what's up, like don't talk, I'm not talking, what up? And she's like, Q, y'all, you gotta calm down, like you're not in New York, you gotta relax. That's what it took me 2 years.
The average New Yorker that's over 30 years old, they still fighting.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like when you get into your 30s, you think that you'll be like, you know what, we're adults now. We don't need to fight.
Yeah.
Like, this is, I shouldn't be fighting. If you ask the average New Yorker over 30, say, have you been in a fight since you turned 30? Be like, hell yeah.
I'm not fighting because my shit might go out. Like it's certain parts of my body that's like I'm to the point like I can't move the wrong way. Like even if I'm in the best shape or no matter what, it might go out. So I'm not gonna fight and then I'm gonna shoot you.
God damn, Art.
I'm picking up a weapon.
That's the South way.
But hey,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah, like
we're not fighting. For what?
But like it's so easy. It's so easy. You could just be walking and somebody just say something wrong and you with your girls and it's just a whole melee.
Either
Right
you're
there.
gonna let that shit go,
Right.
or you're gonna fight.
Are you gonna fight?
There's only the two options. So it's just like back home, it's like, all right, you're
So,
home, either you're gonna let that shit go,
Or you gonna
or
fight?
you're gonna
so
punch
I
the
got a
bitch
question
in
for
the
all
face.
three of y'all, goddammit.
Yeah.
How often do y'all get y'all motherfucking nails done if y'all always fighting?
Mine ain't never done because I'm always
Mine
fighting.
Oh shit.
I ain't never done.
You got the razor blade.
Right, exactly.
You got
See,
the razor blade.
look, I'm talking about she wanna,
Yeah, there you go.
you know what I'm talking about? So which one of y'all know how to carry the razor in your mouth?
I didn't
no,
get that.
my nails got done every other day because I was punching somebody in the face. So I stayed in the nail salon. My nail buds was messed up for a while, for a few years.
I always had somebody fighting for me.
Oh Lord.
I was that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was that one.
It's okay. Somebody,
You know,
listen,
I mean,
somebody
everybody's not the
gotta
one that's
do it.
always fighting, but somebody got to do it.
Somebody's always a heavy in the
I'm
picture.
just Jenny from the block. That's what's up.
Yeah. So how you handle fear?
I mean, I acknowledge it. I do have fears. I don't know. I look like this is me personally. I look so far ahead that I already deal with my fears before they come.
Mm.
So what I try to do is like, I know how my life is going to go, but so I always try to look at the possibility. So if it go wrong, how am I going to handle it when it go wrong? If it go right, it's still going to be some stuff that's going on. How am I handling
What
it?
ifs?
So like even with everything that I do, I always just like try to go ahead and get to that because I don't like surprises. I don't work well in surprises. I mean, I can get through it,
Right.
but just like it makes me shut down, cut everybody off. So I always try to like stay ahead of the game. That way, if it comes up, I'm like, shit, I already thought about this shit.
Right.
And I can just keep moving past that.
Okay.
What about you, Jay?
Nothing crazy.
Truth be told, my only fear, and like, yeah, and that's what it is. My only fear is not having my daughter set when I'm not here.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only fear. Everything else, again, I'm a Marine, so y'all already know.
Right.
We went through some of the craziest of shit,
Yeah.
right? Just my life in general. You know what I'm saying? I could write a book, you know what I'm saying? I could do a movie. But my big, like, that's really like literally at this point. Now, once I get to, you know what I'm saying, I can quote Trump, you're stupid, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Once I get to that point,
Yeah.
then all my fears are no longer. But as of right now, my only fear is being able to, because like I say, every show, or y'all hear me talk all the time, I don't ever want my daughters to have to sit across from nobody and tell them why they're good enough to work for somebody else's company. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I'm good enough because, or I deserve this because. No. You might not do what we do. You might not run our family business. I'm cool with that. But whatever it is you want to do, I want you to be able to do. But whatever you do,
Okay.
it's gonna have to generate something, because look, it's only lasting so long.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not like you finna just be going to the ATM every time you feel like going. No, you have to find something that's gonna generate something for you.
Put it
But
back.
at the same time, I want you to be able to be free. I want you to have free. You know, so that's everything else. Shit, I can conquer. I ain't stunning. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can stay up 24 hours. I done it before. You know what I mean? And so I'm not stunning nothing else, but just making sure my girls are set. That's my only fear until I'm able to goddamn quote Trump. Then once I'm able to quote
And I
Trump,
think our fears come mostly from the unknown,
Mm,
like what we don't know.
What we don't
And what
know.
we have to tackle ahead.
but
Right?
that's the fun part though.
Yeah, that is the fun part,
That's the
but
fun
that's
part.
also
Because if you
fearful.
knew everything, it was like,
Well, if you look at it like that,
Right, I mean, now I'm looking at it like that, right?
right,
Building the second business that I'm building, right? Like, and I know, oh, don't be scared, you know what you're doing, like,
Right,
da, 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 da,
exactly.
right? But when it comes to like things that we don't know, when we stepping into new arenas, right? When we stepping into new things, like how we conquer those fears and the not knowing, and like you said with your daughter, like we all have an expiration date, right?
Right.
And the fact that, you're doing the most that you can, and probably if you don't get to do as much as you want to do,
Mhm.
then okay, that fear, right?
Right.
And then for your daughter, the fact that there's things that are the uncontrollables in life.
Yeah,
I think the uncontrollables in life is what makes us fearful. Because what we can control, what we can see ahead of us, we're good with that. Right? We're okay with that.
Yep.
But it's the things that we cannot control, like this bullshit ass government that we have, right?
facts.
That makes me very scared.
Facts.
Okay, because there are decisions being made that they're not coming to me. And how do you feel about this, right? What do you think about this, right?
Right.
They're just making all these decisions out there that are going to affect me, right? So that makes me very scared, generally, right? But how do I overcome that? It's like, I can only control as much as I can, and as long as I'm good here in this space. I'm just meditating and hoping and praying that the people that we have selected, because we have, right,
Yep.
in somewhere or somehow, make the best decision for the good of all.
but then too, you gotta think about too, how America, like the way we live, our lifestyle is great. You know what I mean? Like, but if you think
Yeah.
about people in the poorest countries, like I was in the Philippines,
Mhm.
like them people are dirt poor, no disrespect, but I'm just calling it like it is, dirt poor. Like the kids on the street selling stuff for their families and stuff like that. Like when our government make decisions, like it's not gonna, the way I handle that type of fear is where I look at it like, as long as we don't get to that point, then I'm okay. Like we can find different ways, or
Yeah.
like we just have to be knowledgeable and be able to look ahead and adapt and overcome. Because
There it is.
I've already experienced, like y'all talk about New York, how it was hard and all that kind of stuff. Like you've already experienced the hard part. Like you already experienced it. So you already, what bad could be. So if you in America and you have all these opportunities, just go ahead and take it
Go ahead
off.
and take them.
Yeah, they're like, we was talking about, her starting daycare. Just go ahead and do it. And once you get into it, and like you said, you'll start getting those downloads. And even like with the podcast, like we started getting, we did a whole show without recording.
Facts.
No, I'm just it's
Yeah.
things that we're learning to grow, and we're
Right.
growing it, and we're just having different,
And you're not
Yeah.
going to get better. There's a thing about doing things, right? Once you're doing things, your body is going to remember.
Mhm.
Your nervous system is going to remember what worked and what didn't work.
Mhm.
Okay. And as you go and you do it a second time, you're gonna be better.
right.
And when you're doing the third time, you're gonna be better than the
I already
second
been
time.
here.
And when you do it better, and when you do it the fourth time, you're gonna do it better than the first and the second and the third time. And by
Yeah.
the fifth time, you're doing it better.
Right.
But you have to get to the point that you're doing first.
Facts.
Yeah, that's
Facts.
it right there. That's
Yeah.
the key. You gotta get to the doing.
You have to get to the
Right.
doing. And then what you're doing, now that becomes your being, because you keep doing and doing and doing and doing.
Doing it well.
That's the DJ keep in.
They were made out.
Let's go. Yeah.
All I guess, man, y'all just put down in the comments, how do you handle your fears?
Right.
How do you get through your fears? And it's okay to have fears, right?
Absolutely.
But if you've been there before and you made it through, just go ahead and get through it. So just put your comment below. Shout out to all our sponsors. Shout out to our guests that came through. Shout out to Q at the crib. She should have been here. You should be here.
You get the mic. You are so corny.
That's right. When you a DJ, that's right.
Be here. You know, but you still doing your thing, but we appreciate you. But don't forget to like and subscribe. And like I said, shout out to all our sponsors. We're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna be back. Speak on it with the fam.
Montclair dripping double G on my waistline. 4 or 5 stacks by the 10, I'ma make mine. Boy, I can't stop like somebody come break.
What's up, guys? I'm one of the trainers here at Body Edge Fitness. As most of y'all know, I train with the chef. I ate with the chef. I had my meals prepped up, appetizers, meal, and dessert. So I got some recipes from him for an intense workout. If you're looking for biggest transformation in the whole Gwinnett County, come check us out. I'm out.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Oscar here at Body Edge Fitness. I'm one of the trainers here. And if you guys are hungry, y'all gotta come to this spot in Gwinnett. We do supersets. We'll get you right. We'll make sure, you know, your meals are on the right track. So if you guys really want to change your body, come to Body Edge Fitness and we'll get you right. Let's go.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy Laysho Jones, personal trainer here at Body Edge Fitness and Nutrition. You need you a good workout, come join us here. We're a family. We're gonna get you right. We're gonna get you where you need to be, reach any goals you have. Just check us out. I'm out.
Hey there, amiguitos. Estoy aquí en Body Edge Fitness, el mejor gimnasio en la zona de Lawrenceville, Atlanta, Georgia. Estoy acá con mi mejor representante, el señor Jay, que nos está enseñando una nueva forma de comer muy saludable para lucir así de espectacular, tener una cola y unas piernas así como estas. Acá les presento al señor que ha logrado esto conmigo. Y nada, pueden venir a hacer el mantenimiento de su hermosa figura. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, what's up, Gwinnett? This is Giz. I'm a trainer here at Body Edge Fitness. If you want a full course meal, this is a place to be. I've been eating over here with Chef for more than a year. And if you want good transformation, come see us. Let's eat.
Hi, I'm Sassy Case of Caribbean Fusion Dance, taught exclusively here at the Body Edge Fitness in Lawrenceville, Georgia. You can't get this class nowhere else in the state of Georgia. Come out, and we teach all facets of dance. Come on and check us out here in Lawrenceville. One love.
I'm the Beast Mode Chef, Superset King. Transformations are what we do.
Hey everybody, I'm Disha, also known as Mrs. Chef. As you can see here, we have an awesome group of trainers. Each and every last one of these people behind me are the best at what they do. You will not find a more talented group of trainers in Metro Atlanta at all. Come on out here and check us out. You won't be disappointed. See you soon.
Yo, welcome back to Speak On With the Fam. We got some lovely guests in the building. Guesses, that's not a word.
Yeah, it's all right. You said it. Yeah, I was gonna let you have it. Goddamn. Hey, you said it. I was gonna let you have it, bro.
That's my Carolina countryness coming out. But you know, we appreciate all our sponsors, everybody that's following us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get all the notifications. But we're gonna jump into our third and last topic from the coldest host in the game.
Ooh, what's up, word? What it is and what it do, man. So, I've been sitting up here the whole show. I ain't gonna lie, I've been going back and forth, right? But y'all know me, like it's some shit that I figured out a way to tie both into one, right? Yeah, I figured out a way. So I'm glad my two other hosts decided to go first so they can give me time to get my shit together. But yeah, so first I want to say I'm not going at him. I'm not going at him. There's not he's trying to go at him for, to get publicity going. None of that. It's not none of that. All right. If you didn't see, go look at Shannon Sharp's last show. He had Uncle Steve on there, Steve Harvey. All right.
Okay.
Like I said, man, I applaud everything that he's done, everything that he's doing, right? But at the same time, we have to all get on one accord. All right.
I'm gonna put her glass down for this.
So
she ready to go.
But like we have to all get on one accord, right? And then there was also another post that we posted on Speak On It with the Fam. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it was about the lady, how she was simply speaking on men are not made to be monogamous. The monogamy comes from the cultures and the religious factor, right?
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna start with the Uncle Steve first, right? And then I'm gonna tie it all in.
This is why he's the coldest host. He coming with the shits at the end of the show. This is why. See how these want. Look at their posture.
No,
they went to see
I want to hear this. On this. Because I saw some of the interviews.
This was gonna be part of this.
I know.
I said, I can't wait.
But I was
If they
hoping
bring
for
this up,
for these topics.
I'm for it. I'm all for
We
it.
about to go 12 rounds tonight.
Speaking of rounds, shout out to the homie Javante. Congratulations on the win, bro. All right. So Steve Harvey. First, you telling the women to think like men. All right, cool. The men was upset, but it's like, all right, cool. That's what it is, right? But then you sit up here and you say, come on, you say, what's wrong with the guys wanting the women to bring something to the table? They can bring life. Nigga, what? Nigga, what? Nigga, who? What? Like, come on. Okay. Now, this right here is where the whole dividing of the men and the women come in at, okay? The men are saying, we want to build, we want to grow, we want to have shit. We want to be able to say, we're smart, you're dumb. We want to be able to say that shit. Every man on this earth wants to be able to leave something here for his family, okay?
Thanks.
Now, at the same time, we want our significant other, our spouse, our wife, our lady friend, whatever terminology you want to use, I'm cool with it. Cool. But if you building, you want somebody to build with. We want somebody that's going to help us build. We want somebody that's going to say, okay, look, I'm not going to hold that shovel, but damn it, I'm going to give you water every time I see a drop of sweat come from your head. You understand? Mm-hmm. So for you to sit there and say, she don't have to bring nothing to the table because she can bring life. Well, shit, how does she get that life inside of her then? Because I don't know not one. Now, again, I'm not going to go there because it is what it is. However you believe, that's on you. I ain't got no problem with that. Everybody has a right to believe however they believe. But I don't know not one woman on this earth that had just popped up and said she was pregnant and she ain't never had sex. Not one. Okay? So all I'm saying is quit confusing and backtracking on different shit. You can't tell her to think like a man and then all of a sudden now she ain't got to bring shit to the table because she can bring life. I don't know no man that can bring life.
What you got?
So it's like how you gonna sit up here and say that? Okay, I'll let you answer on that one.
I will say to defend in his part, I will say to that, you said you can't say one thing and then say another and then digress, right? Because we grow.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
We grow and we change, right? And then you have to look at what his reality is, right? He has his wife, And then he has this stepdaughter,
Mm,
the stepdaughter.
mm.
That's not
Speak
his
on.
daughter.
Speak on.
Okay, that he gave his last name to.
Speak on.
And she's out here
Speak on.
living her life.
There you go. I'm glad you said it
Right?
that way.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
So people grow, people change perspectives. I feel my perspective has changed on certain topics
Okay.
as I have grown. So as I grow in popularity or whatever, I will hate to see something that I've said 7-10 years ago be brought up as who I am today, right? But what I say from who the person that he's talking about right now is saying from where America is today. Me being a bicultural woman. I come from a Dominican Caribbean
Mm-hmm.
foundation,
Okay.
right? To be an American woman. There are different things that are processed through different cultures.
Facts.
Okay. And the American culture has cultivated that men are not needed.
Mm.
So now your
Mm.
woman is feeling that she doesn't need you. And that only is happening, and I don't know in other cultures, right? But with me, an American woman, we are not overly opinionating how we don't need our men. You will never hear me say that I don't need a man. You got me all the way fucked up for me to say that I don't need a man.
Mm-hmm.
And I go with what Steve Harvey said. Why do I want to? Why would I want to pay my own bills when in your rightly duty as a male, you were instructed to take care of women? That's what men are supposed to do. I don't care how anybody feels. Yes, everybody is supposed to be self-sufficient, right?
Okay.
But as a man, it is understood that men are supposed to take care of women.
Mm.
Period. I don't care if you understand that as a male or you do not. That's what you're born with. You're supposed to take care of women. And women are supposed to spiritually take care of men. Whether all women understand that or not, that's another topic.
Facts.
But we're talking about men.
Right.
Right? And
Right.
what Steve Harvey said. I just want to say, because I complained about this all the time. I was not supposed to work this hard.
Mm.
I was not supposed to work 12 hours a day.
Mm.
Okay, so I can pay bills and take care of all of these things, right?
Mhm.
And that's so I can meet men telling me that they're tired, that they don't feel like when they come into my life, they should do X, Y, and Z. Because what I'm accustomed to seeing from my grandparents, what I saw in all of my life from the time that I was 9 years old, was men taking care of women, and women being home, taking care of the home. And women never felt any type of way about doing that.
Okay. So
And what
now-
we need to understand, sorry to cut you
No,
off,
go ahead.
is that this is an American issue.
Thank you.
This is not a worldly issue.
Thank you.
This is an American problem
Thank you.
that American men and American women are having,
Yes.
okay?
I agree.
Because when I go to my culture, it is well understood that when man comes in, men are supposed to take care of you. And what we
Okay.
are supposed to do, cook, clean, fuck you, suck you, take care of your kids.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly. So
I love
now it goes back to the other half of what I was saying. You have one person that was saying a woman ain't got to bring shit to the table but life, right? Okay, cool. If that's all you got to bring to the table, all right, let's go with how honestly. Cool. I ain't got no problem with that, right? So therefore, if all we supposed to do is take care of, then why is it that we can't have the plethora as many as we want to have and be able to take care of them all?
So now,
Hold on.
Going into that.
Hold on, before we go to that, Lisa, I want to hear what you got to say on the first question.
So the first part of that question, I promise you, all the feminists in my life are gonna turn over in their graves. But I feel like, I don't think that we as women, when we stood on those, platforms and said, we want to be able to work too.
Right, exactly.
Hold
See?
on.
Look it up.
We didn't realize
Look it up.
that it was, we want to work too,
Mhm.
and we got to take care of the babies. And we got to take care of the home.
Yeah.
And we got to do all this cleaning up.
Mm.
And we got to look and spiritually look after you and suck you and fuck you.
Right?
I don't
All
think
of that,
we got to do all of that.
and then work.
Right? So I feel like if I'm given the opportunity to not do that,
Baby,
I'm gonna take it.
baby, like this.
Just says to this day, he said, ain't no way you could go back in somebody's office. I mean, I know this.
No.
I know this. But I just feel like if we didn't realize, I don't think it was one of those things that was thought all the way through.
Exactly.
Right.
Right? Yeah, we want to do just like the men do.
And
We want to work. We want to shovel coal. No, the hell we don't.
we don't the physical strength that they do.
No, the hell we
Ooh.
don't.
Yes, we were able to bear children because of hormones and because we were given, but obviously we are not given the same physical strength that they have because look at their bodies compared to ours. I don't care what nobody says. They were put here to
I
do
done my
physical
job.
shit. Physical stuff that I don't want to fucking do. I don't want
Right.
to put
I
up
don't
that
wanna do
TV. I don't want to change my oil. I don't want to do all this hard shit that they gotta do. Let them do. And then if I have to give them a kiss and a fucking hug afterwards, then that's what I
Fine,
do.
fine. I can do that.
Fuck.
I
That's
can
all
do
I
that.
want to do.
That's all I'm
Right.
Let you go out there.
But in the same breath
Mhm.
of you just asking that question. So if we don't have to do anything but bear children and do these chores, why can't you have the ability to have the plethora of women out there? And
Look,
I-
hang on. Let me finish it. Let me finish it. Let me finish it.
Right.
Now, what I'm saying is to the plethora, right?
Right.
What I'm not saying a plethora as in, oh, I just want 4 women in my bed. I can sleep with that.
No.
No, I'm saying to the fact of, okay, cool. You gonna take care of the children, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. You gonna clean. You gonna make sure the house is together. You gonna,
Right.
you
So
gonna.
now,
hang
let's
on,
get
hang
back
on,
to
hang on.
right?
All right, now, if you cleaning, she take care of the kids, she cooking, right? Now, guess what? When I come home, everything is good. I ain't got to come home.
You
I
ain't-
ain't-
you ain't
you
getting
ain't
no-
overly stressed. You ain't overly worked, and you ain't just butt ass tired from dealing with the kids.
Now, the issue that is happening in America
Okay,
with
Yeah.
this lifestyle
right.
is that I'm not saying y'all, right? But niggas don't have enough money to support this lifestyle.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
if you're gonna have women, right, more than one,
Right.
now you have to speak to those women and figure out what's that they want. Are they gonna live in the same house
Right.
with y'all?
Right.
Is she gonna want to have a separate home?
Right.
Right. So now your finances have to be on point.
Mhm.
A lot of these men want to play this lifestyle and they don't have the money to support it.
Ain't that what we said?
Okay.
Yeah.
Only for the
Have-
men that can accomplish this.
It's a rich man's lifestyle.
Only the men that can accomplish this.
If you cannot financially support all of your women, right, with what they like to support you,
Mhm.
because some women, me, I will play that lifestyle, but I'm not living with no fucking body. I'm not living with nobody. I'll be one of your women, right? But I'm living in my own house. I'm not sharing a house with you and your other women. I'm not doing that. So if you cannot support that, then you cannot support me and your lifestyle.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Because it's all about now when you want to have multiple people in your life, it's all a money thing, right? Because now as a male, you have to be able to support all these different personalities.
So let me ask you this question. So you say that if the man wants you as with multiple women, right? So that means he has to support his own lifestyle, your lifestyle, and possibly the other woman's lifestyle,
Yes.
correct?
Right, exactly.
Because
So-
we're doing all these particular things. We're making the babies, we're cleaning the house, we're taking care of home, we're doing everything that you need, spiritually, mentally, and sexually.
House though.
No,
Not in the
I
same
don't
house.
be in the same house. Because let me tell you something.
See, that's what you have
I'm
to
all
speak to your
for
people.
You haven't, we all got our day. Trust me.
Right.
As it don't nobody want a husband except nobody who ain't never had one.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, speak on it.
Because you don't
If
even
you-
know the wonderfulness of a husband.
Let me tell you,
Invested
something,
in
I would be
taking
willing
care of
to
you.
share all of that shit that you men put us through. If I knew I had 5 other women that was gonna handle some of the shit that I gotta deal with, by all means, who Ooh,
Be
what
like, yo,
days I
Lisa.
be looking at the calendar.
But y'all say that, y'all
Ooh.
say that until it's time to make it happen.
No, and,
No.
and it's society that
It's
puts us
society,
where we are.
yes.
We are not monogamous creatures.
Thank you.
Let's start there.
Damn it.
Because you
And
gotta
even
get to the
women.
root of it.
Even- We talking about this shit.
Monogamous creatures.
Oh, we know y'all not monogamous. We know that.
And just like that he's talking about, she said, we bleed once a month so that our body is ready to reproduce. And every woman is different.
Yep.
And you guys are ready to make children every single day. So
Every day.
are we monogamous if each one of us
That's
is
what-
happy?
Yeah, I can have 365 kids.
Yeah, you could.
Literally.
We're
But we
not
gotta wait,
monogamous
right?
creatures.
And it's cool. So like I was having a conversation with someone this morning about that, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, the only time that I'm okay when you're going somewhere else is when I am menstruating, because I know at that point I cannot take care of you because
Right. I don't want to
to.
touch you. I don't want to talk to you.
touch
So
you.
you just saying like a side chick situation.
Not even a
No,
side chick.
it is
So
a
once a month, I mean,
No.
one week out of the month.
A menstruation cycle lasts about 7 days.
Right.
So you can go chill with somebody for 7 days.
Even if it's in the same household, let's talk about these polygamous shows that we see and so
Yeah.
forth. And I really wish that they would do one with an all African American family, right?
Yes.
Like, I really wish that we could just have to see, because what we do in our household is totally different to what they
Than
do,
other people.
right? It's totally different. So if you think about it as a polygamous relationship, if one of the women, let's just say one of us works a 9 to 5, right? The other one is in school. Then the other one, she's actually home and doing the daycare and doing the homeschool. And then the other one, she's the horticulturist. So she's doing all the garden work and she's keeping everything in the house beautiful and organic and everything. And she's providing us with the food that we're supposed to eat and cooking and so forth. Do you know how harmonious that could be? Especially for the man.
I love it.
And think about, because we all have to go through our own things. We all need what we need, yes. But if I'm working a 9 to 5, I can't come home and listen to you complain about the shit that you went through. I don't care.
And then sometimes it's like, I'm tired, yo. So, Lisa, can you take this nigga? Because I'm tired.
I'm tired, girl.
I need help.
Where I'm going today.
You know, I said,
I come in the kitchen.
Can
kitchen.
you,
I smack you in the ass, and you got attitude.
It was that,
See you later.
but at least I know where you're going.
I know where
Yeah.
you're going. You
I
ain't
know
going
where
outside
you're
of this
And
country.
I'm like, yo, he on his way. Make sure that you do, because I'm not in fucking move.
He in a rough
You know,
mood.
you, that's you. That's you today.
Yeah, no,
you
I'm
know?
all for it. We
So
are not
I
monogamous.
just really wish like women were like, stop being full of shit.
It's hard to,
You
it is
know?
hard to be in a relationship with somebody and have to, fill that person's bucket
But-
all
and
the time.
especially
And they
with
have
a
to try
man-
to fill your bucket all the time.
But-
It's like, it's a volley of energy back and forth that does get depleted.
Yeah,
So
and
if
you
we
need help
actually lived in
sometimes.
our true form,
Y'all
just
not the first people to
imagine.
say that.
You need help
Q,
sometimes.
what you thinking up there, sis? I mean, you quiet. Look, you done held your tongue for a long time.
You
Come
need-
with
I mean, I agree with everything that both of these ladies are saying. Like, absolutely. It's you can't say one thing and then say something else and make it be different. But again, as a woman, hell, if I ain't gotta work and all I gotta do is just you breed me and you take care of my lifestyle, and when I ask for it, you give it to me. Shit, I'm gonna sit my ass down and do it.
Yep.
I work part-time just to have something to do, because eventually you get tired of being at home. But other than that, like, I'm not pressed. I'm not pressed to do anything that a man can do, because I'm damn sure ain't changing nobody's oil. I'm not cutting nobody's grass. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that shit. So, by all means, like, I totally agree. And again, sometimes I do need help because I don't want to be bothered sometimes. So go to Susan tonight. Tell
Yeah,
Susan,
and-
that, hey,
to also understand like how men function, right? Men are not gonna be as receptive to having another man in the picture. Right? That's just the way the male ego works.
Right.
All right, because men can handle emotionally a lot more than we can. And that's just that, right? When
mhm.
it comes to like sharing their women, they're not fucking with it.
Hell no.
They just like
At all.
You
right?
tell
Like
me you-
it doesn't process. Like I don't know what it is, but it doesn't process. It doesn't process like we process it, right? I don't know what it is about our genotype that we process that. It's okay with us, right? Because I guess because we have a period and we need help. I don't fucking know.
It is like a lion having a pride.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
It is who it
And
is
they're not
that
down with it.
that male lion is not going for it.
No.
Okay?
Nah.
He's not going for it, but he takes care of each and every one of them by
Exactly.
giving it to
And the
them.
only way he's
every
allowed
day.
to do so is because he is able to take care.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
the thing is,
go ahead.
you know,
Go
so
ahead.
to cut you off,
Go
like
ahead.
a lot of these men, they want that, and they're not thriving or
Mhm.
functioning in that. So you don't get that. And that's that. The only
Mhm.
way you get that is when you are taking care of everything as a whole, and you are functioning in your male energy and in your alpha energy, whatever term we want to use today. But at the end of the day, what I know and what I understand is that men take care of the home. Men bring peace in a place that we don't understand peace, right? Because we're not working, right? So he brings that peace because he brings that money.
Yeah.
Right? And then when a man cannot do that, and now he's getting a flare out of us.
Mhm. When he can't continue to take care of that lifestyle, then we start acting up, right?
Right? So now I know you have to go back to yourself as a man and understand that you're not standing your ground. As what you're supposed to take care of as a man.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Art.
I was just gonna say, as a woman, don't you think if that man take a drop? I thought we watching a movie.
Boy, you stupid. Stay focused.
If that man takes a drop, don't you think as you know, as his help, you know, you help him lift himself up. So like if
When
you
a
gotta
man
take a
takes
part-time
drop,
job or whatever.
absolutely, I agree with that.
Right.
Because why would you have a wife? Is when you take a drop, you can say, hold me down a little bit.
Yeah,
I need to lean on you for a second.
absolutely.
Why would you have a fucking wife like that? If you
Okay.
can lean on that motherfucker like
Right.
that.
So now my question is this, and this is more so to you, right? Anna, you said you have to have your own house. Okay, cool. Not a problem with that. But now let's look at it financially. You seen Rick Ross house, right? Have you seen Rick Ross house?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Van Hotel house. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Rick Ross.
Big as shit.
Big as shit. I'm
Yeah.
talking about 32 bedrooms, 19 bed or 52 bed. Okay, cool. So why can't I have all three of y'all in there and everything still be?
But
Not
you-
happening.
Hey, why not?
But who said
You said you want to have your own
So
house.
cute. Why y'all competing against each other
okay,
though?
okay,
It's
so
not a competition.
all right now, so
It's
I
not
don't
a
want to be in that motherfucker. I want my own shit.
you're Rick Ross,
But you got your
Okay.
own
right?
shit
And
in
you
the
have
house.
32 rooms.
In your room.
Right?
Give me
There's-
my own 32 bedroom house.
So I don't have to see you, see your people, whatever. So now again, it comes
See, but
down to
honestly,
the
that's
money.
just the commune
comes
don't
down-
work like that.
The
It
who?
don't work that way. The commune of it all doesn't work that way. If we have a 32 bedroom house, you can't have your 32 bedroom house and she can't have her 32 bedroom house.
Exactly.
And we have that harmonious thing going on, because then it becomes, that's your girl. You going to see Q tonight? Then it becomes a
Y'all
competition.
competing against each other.
Right.
And that's where it has to be taken out of. That's what I'm saying.
That's what
It's among y'all. It's among y'all. Y'all have to take the
I agree with that. There
Right, you
can't
have
be
to
a
sit down with your
separation
people.
of where you're
You have
living.
to
But that's the
sit
whole
down
thing. Like when
and
you
now
got,
everybody has to come down to a medium.
but
right?
you have to
You got
have like
32
two different type of
rooms.
women. They can't be the same type of women.
Come on.
But
I got
can't
32
live in a separate house. Because
You
then
know,
we,
that's
as
a
the
whole different
women,
thing.
we can't have our relationship won't grow. If you live down 2 miles away down the street. And
exactly.
you live 5 miles down the street.
All
Our
y'all need to be in the
relationship
same.
is you gonna be able to call me and be like, girl, don't talk to Jay because I'm not gonna do that because like you ain't called me all week. And I
Exactly.
ain't seen you all week.
Exactly.
So what to do you a favor for?
Yeah, because I didn't forgot about you.
God damn, Art. Boy, you damn.
Look, between working and the other girl, shit, you been forgot about you.
Be a commune situation.
And that's why I say it has to be
It has to be communication.
Or-
It has to be.
like it has to go two ways, right? Either we all live together, or like you said, he has to have the financial income to where it could be, all right, cool. Lisa house right here, Anna's house right here, and Q house right here. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it's like I could walk in. Oh man, what was the name of that show? Where literally he could walk in the backyard and he'd go to each wife's house. He could go to each wife's house.
Same property, I could deal with that, but you gotta be cross town.
Right, exactly. You can't be because it's not gonna work. It's not a sisterhood.
Right.
It's not a sisterhood.
You're not contributing to that household. Like if the one that's taking care of babies, one is taking care of this, one is, you're not contributing if you
Like,
live
you have to
in
be
your own
enough,
world.
like close enough community
Exactly.
that is gonna work that way, you know, because I know per se for me,
Right.
but I say my own space is like, you know, I like things a certain way,
Right, so you
You
need
know,
your
I
own
like my
in-law
own
suite, which
space,
I can
like,
deal with.
which
But
I
you
would.
can't live 5 miles up the road.
No.
Not really bad, but I prefer, I want all my women in the house together.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to be in the same, we need to be able to like move around each other and
So
act.
for me,
And we need to be able to sit down and have a dinner and just talk
Yeah.
about the moves that I'm trying to make
Yeah.
and help the family grow.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is to have a big enough house.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah, but at this point, I can have a big enough house
Yeah.
because I don't have to damn pay for childcare over here,
Right.
childcare over here,
Right.
alimony over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody's shit is right here.
but just think about it, like, if we have a big house, let's just say 800,000, right? The mortgage probably gonna be like 4 or 5 grand. I can handle that.
Right.
But if I don't watch TV, so if you want cable, you work, go get you a.
No.
No.
No, so you done lost the
No, I'm not taking care of everything because those, my job is provide the space
But
for the
if my
living.
job is to take care of children and do the daycare and do homeschooling,
Right. She's not
I'm
right.
gonna get a job because I want to watch
No.
cable.
No. Hear me out.
You gonna get
Hear me out.
motherfucking Hulu and
I'm
the
not
fire
asking
stick, nigga.
you
All that
don't
shit
need,
they-
you don't need to make $70,000. You can get a anything.
Do you know how
You
much
can-
it takes
look.
to take care of children and homeschool?
You can sell your book.
Oh,
You can sell your book.
that's
That's what I'm getting at. You can sell your book. You can do a little side hustle. You
That's
can
not
do
gonna work.
you can do whatever you
Why
want.
you don't ask the girl that works 9 to 5 to do the damn cable? I can't do the cable.
Okay, cool.
Taking care of the kids, I'm not doing the cable. You need to ask the one that want to work to do the cable.
Well, put it like this. All y'all can put some money in.
That's why you can't have the lifestyle, nigga. That's exactly why you gotta have one woman.
Just get it.
We can't live in that house.
Goddamn, Art, you done goddamn tore your whole house down. I had you set up, nigga. You fucked up the alley hoop.
No.
TV.
When they- when
So
they-
if you want to watch TV, you gotta go buy it.
But don't watch damn TV. Shit. Don't watch TV.
I don't want to live well.
Get on
Oh,
your
they don't know Art cheat. They don't know Art cheat. I forgot. They don't know.
Yo, no, sis.
No,
They don't
they-
know he cheats.
Taking care of the lifestyle
No,
that
but
I want to
what
live.
y'all think is taking care of it. Taking care of is providing you the necessities.
The
And
necessity.
The
who
necessities.
is a necessity?
No, it's not. Who is not a necessity. If you want me to, I'm gonna buy this house.
Do you want me to learn? I have the programs that I need to watch to learn how to satisfy you in the bedroom.
Oh,
You want to
shit.
get Hulu now?
Yeah, you gonna get
Look,
Hulu.
if you don't satisfy me in the bedroom, you're gonna be gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, then
And
that's the problem. This is, it's not you ain't the pimp.
It's not it's a husband, but I have the control.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna be here not doing it.
It comes down to, at the end of the day, for these motherfuckers.
Y'all not gonna be
okay?
here not doing the wrong
It comes
shit.
down-
You say to yourself, damn, baby, where you learn how to do that? Hulu? Shit, let me make sure you got Hulu every month. It's just that simple.
Look, if LeBron want to stay on the Lakers, he better damn knock down them shots, or his ass gonna be gone. So if you want to stay on this team, you better knock down them shots.
Oh,
Your ass is cheap. That's why you can't have the lifestyle, nigga.
You better knock down them
so I
shots.
can only get the free channels, Art? Is that what you're saying?
Go out there and be greedy at McDonald's. I mean, at
Oh,
Walmart,
shit.
and get you. It's
No.
$60 a month for all the children.
No,
Do you?
no.
He only gonna have, I think he gonna have like 2 wives.
So
Two.
basically, at the end of the day,
Two.
the way the shit's broken down is like I said, if the women wants to be that, like I said, I don't have a problem. I promise you, I don't. But my thing is this: we can't keep going back and forth on what's acceptable and what's not. You see what I'm saying? Because like Anna said, it's only in America that this shit is an issue.
Facts.
Why? Because like me and you say all the time, everybody wants to go to Disney World, but don't nobody want to sit in the passenger seat. Everybody wants to drive the fucking car.
Everybody.
Somebody has to get in the back seat. Somebody has to get in the passenger seat and just take the fucking ride.
And then also
You-
you have to understand like what type of relationship do you want to build? You know, because at what point, at what stage in life are you in, right? Because right now, if you're coming up to me and you tell me you want to have kids, nigga, you're out the picture. I don't care. I'm not having no more kids.
Right.
For nobody. So that's like a non-negotiable for me. If you want to have more children, I don't care how rich you are, I don't care how poor you are. I'm not creating no more humans.
No,
Not doing it. You know, so that's a non-negotiable for
So that's
me.
what we got Q for. Q don't have all the baby from now.
You know, that's it.
Shit me.
Then you have to talk to your person, like, you know, what is it that you want? Do you want to build more people? Do you want to build business? Do you want to build a relationship, you know? And then you go based on what is that you want to build together.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what I've come to understand is that different people want to build different things, you know? I've met a lot of men that they're just focused on relationship, and I'm focused on business.
There you go.
So,
If it ain't about the money.
Hey, this thing right here is on Soundtrack King right now. This is the Soundtrack King. He is on it.
you know, so it's a matter of just talking to that person,
Right.
right? And seeing, okay, what is it that you want out of life right now in the next 2 to 5 years, right?
Mhm.
And what is it I want in the next 2 to 5 years? And if you can assist me into building that, right? I'm in a place in life in which I don't want to like commit people to commitments and like, oh, you're with me for the longevity of your life. No, you're with me right now for the fact that you're gonna help me build.
So
Right, I'm gonna help you
so
build.
they in the chapter.
Yeah, you're gonna help me and I'm gonna help you build.
Right.
And I'm gonna love you and you're gonna love me. And if you know, if it comes time in which, you know, we're gonna spend a lot of time together yet, we do. And if we don't, then we don't. Because I got shit to do.
If y'all
I got-
break up, that what you saying?
Then we break up. And
Don't get legally married.
and just don't. You know, I don't agree with it. I don't want to get married because I have things to build.
Or
you
get a
know?
prenup. Get a
And
prenup.
I've seen what happened to Adele. I see what happened to Mary J. Blige.
Right.
I see what happened to me. I currently pay child support, you know. I currently am I'm in a relationship. I'm not gonna talk about that as a whole at the episode.
Right.
You know that I'm the person that deals with all of that, right? I get taken to
Damn.
court, I pay child support. He knows my life story. You know, so it happens, right? So I don't per se want to get married,
Oh,
you know, just
I can
to
dig it.
protect my assets for my children.
Right.
You know, because I see what happens in like when people, I deal with it every day, where people want to call, I deal with military husbands all the time, hiding money from their wives. I'm like, I don't want to get married. I don't want to get married like this.
How you hide money?
You know, they call all the time. So it's like at the end of the day, I just feel like when you want to be with a person, just be with them, support them, love them, and you can see eye to eye through their growth
Right.
process, whatever that is, whether they're gonna be with you or you having to share them with other people for whatever reason, then you're allowed to do that. But once you wanna put people in a place in which they wanna fit your reality, that's when things get a little iffy. If you wanna make a person do monogamy and they don't believe in monogamy,
Mhm.
that's a conflict. You want a person have a bunch of relationships and they don't believe in that, that's when it becomes a problem.
Facts.
So I think we have to take our time just finding people who believe in the same things that we believe in and who are founded and have the foundation of the things that we want out of life.
Facts.
So I guess we can all agree to say that basically at the end of the day, the government is intertwined and controlling everybody's life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a major agreement, you know, because when it comes to social media, when it comes to what we eat, you know, when it comes to what we consume from the media, you know, it's all government control. You
Of
know,
course.
so once you understand that and then you're able to build healthy relationships outside of that, then it becomes another challenge, you know, but I just think that at the end of the day, as we get older, what I've come to realize is that you have your ways and that person has their ways.
True.
And I think we try to conform each
Mm.
other into our
Nice.
ways. Right?
Nice.
When I meet you and you meet me, I want you to function how I function.
Mm.
And that person wants me to function how they function. And it's just not going to be.
I like that.
Because we are from
like that.
different walks of life.
Yep.
We come from different traumas,
Facts.
right? And we're going to respond and function differently. So instead of that, what we have to understand is how we deal and how we respond. If we are able to meet each other at that level, then we're able to have healthy relationships.
Mm.
Because I think what's happening in America is that people are not able to build healthy relationships. So now we have the passport boys.
Oh my God.
Shout out to the passport boys.
The
Whatever,
passport
but I
boys.
understand,
That's a whole nother
We'll talk about
thing.
it, we'll
right.
talk about it.
but I understand what they're doing, right? They're looking for what they want.
Hashtag that.
Hashtag passport boys.
Not hashtag.
They're looking for what they want, and we all deserve what we want at the end of the day. Right? And how we're going to accomplish that. And that's what becomes a whole battle of the mind, the spirit, and the body, whatever it is, right? And then finding people who are going to be in an energetically meshing level that we can, for the most part, look eye to eye. Because even when you find a person that still understands what you're understanding, there's still some type of discord because it's still not the same experience. Even though we all believe in the same thing, we all agree with, polygamy and,
Right.
a
But it's still
man
gonna be
being
something
the
else.
there's still something, right? Like
This part with
right, like
the.
this discord, right?
you
With the
on
whole cable, right?
Right.
I feel like
those
should
those
we
little
provide
things,
that. Yeah, it's those little things. Yeah.
right? So it's just a matter of just speaking to your person, connecting to your person, and seeing, how much of really what you want out of life comes from that person. And if you really need another person, right? Because depending on what your man's sex energy is like, because not all men have the same sex energy. A lot of men want to have more sex than others. And that's what we have to understand as women. Because we're tired, we have periods, we have this, we have that.
I'm cool with 2 women.
That's all you need.
Just
But
2.
why?
Two.
Right?
Well,
Until they
Mine
start
is not-
bleeding the same day.
Right. So then what happens then?
No. I just need 2 women. And so the 2 types, I need one that's like business oriented. Meaning she understands the business side. So if I need somebody to step out with me or whatever, but also need like a homemaker, somebody who, because like I don't have time to like cook and stuff like that. But I don't want her to be slaving. Like I'm gonna handle the house. So I want them to be in the same.
But if that's
home.
what she's doing, that's what she's doing.
But
So
that's
not a
that's
slave.
her element. Like,
Right.
I would want somebody. I don't want to like force somebody who's not in that.
That's
to
not
be-
homely.
That's
to-
not
yeah.
that don't want to do that to
Right.
do that, and they don't even have to be gay. Like we don't have to be having threesomes and stuff.
That's the thing for me.
Like I don't
Right.
need all of that.
Like
Right,
I don't
like that would be established from the jump, what
Right.
kind of relationship this is really gonna be, like, is it gonna be something where we all having sex at the same time, or is it gonna be when your day is your day, when it's my day is my day?
Like for me,
I think that's
I don't
something
have to
that's
have
established
women
from the
that's like
beginning.
Right, bye.
They ain't
my thing is like I'm not into women. So if I'm going to share my partner, it's like you're gonna go with her.
Right,
I have no desire in interacting with her
right,
because I am not into women. I'm into men,
right.
right? And I'm very clear about that, right?
Right.
So if that's like part of the thing,
Then what if Susan and Karen though
well,
are
that's their
into
thing.
each other and they into?
Well, you have to
Right.
take it one step at a time. So like
Right.
you have to get one woman and establish that relationship,
Right.
and then you have that communication. Like, hey, I want to bring another woman in. She might be bisexual, but are you cool with this bisexual woman? And
Right.
if not,
It's those communications.
if not, then because we already established this what we got.
Yeah.
If we can't bring that other woman in, then it is what it is. Then we just move on to the next. All right, she ain't bisexual either. she get along with how we roll, and then we move like that.
Mm.
Like it's not just
Right.
like bringing random
Yeah,
people in.
it-
Yes, you have to be kind, you have to be respectful of what the other person is
Like it's gonna be a
expecting.
team thing. Like it should be when I wanna vet another woman, like it's
Right,
gonna-
we bet together.
Yeah, we
Right.
bet
Yeah, that's
together.
a conversation you need to have, because what you're like as a male, right, and as a man, that's what I said, that what you're asking of us is a big deal.
Most
You know,
definitely.
it's a big thing because we're not asking you to share us with another man,
Mhm.
right? And just because we have the capability to do so, because you don't,
I ain't doing it.
and that's okay because you're not doing
Mhm.
it. That's not taken away from you guys. You're just not processing that shit. Fuck that.
Right,
It's just not part of your process, right?
right.
That doesn't mean that just because we process it, that is easy.
That's real. Yeah, that's real.
That's why I say the communication needs to be
Okay.
there.
Right.
So the
When you bring
communication needs to
somebody
be
in,
had.
like-
In the moment she's uncomfortable with something,
She
you have
should be
to
comfortable enough
retreat.
to, yeah.
Because, and you shouldn't question her about that because it's a lot.
Yeah.
To take on another person when you have feelings and emotions invested in in a person, and you're asking us to share you with another
So
person.
we should just take the time.
Take your time.
Cool. So, like I said, man, I told you I was bringing that shit today. I knew we were gonna get it.
Mayrone's been on this polygamy shit for
But what? Hold on. Hold on. We-
several episodes.
My G. I just want to simply get the understanding out here and let everybody like really have, like I said, what I say all the time. We need to build our own shit. How we living is everybody else's culture. We are not living our true culture.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm saying? Like all our shit has been stripped away from us and we've been told how to live. Oh, well, you gonna live like this. You gonna believe in this, you gonna believe in that.
Yeah.
Fuck all of that. Let's tear all this shit down and believe how we want to believe and live how we want to live. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
you gotta put the work in. You can't
Right.
just think you can play 2K all damn day.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Because a lot of women are with the polygamy thing as long as we're taken care of.
right. And like I said, and again, like I said, it's not a jab at Steve. It's none of that.
No.
It was more so of a, you know,
Make up your mind.
don't
Like-
don't let women off the hook just because they have babies. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have a baby. If
just
that-
like we supposed to take care of the house.
Yeah, we're supposed
Right.
like men supposed to.
Right.
They have a role, and women have a role in society, and that's why we provide balance to each other.
Exactly.
And so just
But then
because
the thing where he failed,
he didn't
That's
elaborate,
what-
he didn't
he
elaborate.
didn't elaborate because he did not, what's his wife's name? Marjorie?
Mark.
Mhm.
He did not leave her off the hook because the only reason why he's that woman is because what she has brought to the table.
Exactly.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Because see, we
Because
could,
what she has brought to the
because
table.
like you said, we could easily be petty and be like, well, shit, if that's the case, why don't you stay with your first wife?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because what she had brought to the table for him, she has, upgraded his style
Of course.
and his way. Ever since he's been with Marjorie, right? What has Steve become? That's what she has brought to the table.
Right, exactly.
And he was with her because of what she has brought to the table for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
And that's
You
what
need
you're supposed to be
you need
about.
a good woman that's gonna
That's
So-
gonna help.
that's gonna help you elevate.
For you, as far as what you want to build, right? And as far as the man that you want to be in the world, that's what you're gonna value.
Exactly.
So she didn't just come with nothing because you're not creating new kids with her.
Right. Not a one.
All right.
And
All
that's the
the-
shit I'm talking about.
all the
Like
kids
you
that-
out here saying shit that you're not even living behind. That's
But
like that's
means
my
that
issue.
people Also, when it comes to like listening to things and these people that we consider to be people of whatever, right?
Right.
And social media and,
Right.
and what we're doing, right? That just because they say something, you don't just take it
I
and
got
run
you.
with it,
Yeah. So
because they're a person of status and a
You're right.
person of stature. No, I listen to what you're saying, and then I'm understanding because when I took it, I'm like, yeah, but now I see how it's affecting men,
right.
right? So now you're like, oh, okay. Because it's true that you just don't let women off the hook because of what they bring to the table. You are not letting your wife off the hook because you're with your wife, the woman who has
Yeah.
influence your life to
Influence
this
you a
point,
lot. Exactly.
right? You are with her because what she has brought to the table for
Exactly.
you and the life that you want to build and the life that you want to create. So yeah, I
So
get it.
what? So with all that, I love the way she brought that up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now I'm gonna say this, right? You bringing a whole lot to the table with your whole juicing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's jump into what you bring to the table and how you doing your thing as far as the juicing go, and how you changing and creating new life out here with your juices. What's up with that?
Okay, so my juicing came about 4 or 5 months ago, and it's called Conscious Creator Juicing.
Conscious Creator Juicing.
Juices,
Okay.
Conscious Creator Juices, and it comes from my other brand that I am a mindset coach from How to Become a Conscious Creator.
Okay.
And what I did with that, I really started working this job in which I'm sitting down most of the time. So I said, okay, I can't really go to the gym. How do I manage my weight? Because
a lot of women want to know.
Because as I'm sitting down, I'm putting on weight.
Okay.
Because I can't go to the gym as much. I'm working more, whatever, right? My life has changed.
Okay.
Pretty much. So I'm like, man, I don't want to keep putting on weight. How do I manage my weight? I'm like, I don't want to go fast, because when I'm used to fasting, I'm used to just going without food. But I don't want to be that uncomfortable. I was that uncomfortable in 2020, 2021, because we wasn't doing shit. We was sitting down, watching TV, doing a whole bunch of nothing. So it was easy for me to sit down and be hungry, right? Because to be hungry, you have to stay still. That's why a lot of monks or whatever, they fast, because they're staying still, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I just went without food for a really long time. So I got used to detaching from food for a long time. But when now I'm sitting down, all I have is sitting down, all I'm thinking about is food. Shit, I'm hungry. But what do? Right? So I started drinking juice for 2 weeks, and I lost like 15 pounds.
Shit.
In 2
15
weeks.
pounds.
15 pounds in 2 weeks.
She bullshit. Ain't no way.
Yo, I'm telling you, I documented it on social media. And I
Your
said,
juices?
My
That you
juices.
made?
my juices that I made.
Let me see some of your. What are you
So-
juices? Let's check them out. Let's check them out.
So these are two of the ones that I make most of the time.
Okay.
And this is oranges, carrots, and ginger.
Okay. Oranges,
And that
carrots,
is
and ginger.
Conscious Creator Juices. And this is like my favorite creation. It's called Beat Me Up.
Mm.
And it's beets, spinach, and pineapple.
Okay.
And what it is going to do is pretty much going to target your liver and make your liver function to its optimal. Your liver is the filter of your body.
Thanks.
If your liver doesn't work, you're pretty much dead.
Dying.
Mhm. If your kidneys don't work, you're gonna die. There's certain organs in your body that if they don't function well,
Right.
you're doomed. And one of them is your liver, and one of them is your kidneys.
Right.
And your heart, of course, right? So when I started juicing for myself, of course, I see people and they're like, "Oh, you should start a juicing company." And I'm like, I don't want to sell no fucking juice. So I said, "Oh." So one day I was going to get my hair done, and I ordered some juice bottles, and I put it in the bottle. And I said, "I'm gonna sell juice today." And how easy it was to do it, to get up, like it was just gone. I said, "Oh, it's on." And I've been selling juice ever since last month. And I believe in it so much because of what it has done for me. Like, I'm not depressed anymore.
Mm.
When I did that 2-week juicing fast, it resetted something in my brain, in my stomach, in my being. And I no longer sit with my negative thoughts.
Ooh.
That they come, and I'm like, okay, this, and that has to get done. And I have stuff to do. I don't have time to entertain
The
negative thoughts
Facts.
because my stomach. So what I've learned is that your stomach is your second brain. Your serotonin and your dopamine gets cultivated in your stomach.
That's why I say gut feeling.
Mhm. It's a gut feeling. So your intuition, when you feel them butterflies, that's your second brain working. So now imagine you're eating all this dirty food every day, all day. How do you think your second brain is going to function?
Dirty.
It's not
Yep.
gonna function.
It's not going to function,
Yep.
right? So once I allow my body to go through that cleanse, and it was hard, don't get me wrong, it was hard. because I was hungry. But what I kept telling myself, I no longer want to feel like that anymore. I don't want to feel like that anymore. I want to feel good. So I'm going to do whatever it takes so I can feel well. And I just kept drinking my juice. And I just kept drinking my juice. And I recommend everyone to juice because it allows you to consume the vegetables that you don't consume. Like this is 1 whole beet, 4 cups of spinach, and a whole pineapple in here.
You would never do that, just cutting it up and.
Right, and eating it.
And just consuming that as a physical form, right? Because the thing with juicing is also the fruit is running through a machine that's not making it hot.
So it's cold press.
It's cold pressed because when you leave the cold and you don't add heat to your food, you're leaving the enzymes that are part of the fruit itself.
Mhm.
And that is gonna get into your body and repair your body. The moment you add heat to your food, you're killing the food.
Gotcha.
So now you're just eating to put something in that space.
Right,
Remember, our stomach is an empty space.
right.
So when you eat warm food, you're eating just to fill that space, not because you're really getting nutrients. And that's where juicing comes into place. Because when we look at the American diet, what is being promoted on our TVs?
Burger King, McDonald's,
King.
Wendy's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
No fruit, no
Right.
vegetables.
Right,
And that's why nobody can shit,
Right?
facts.
Yeah.
nobody can think straight. Because everybody's full of waste.
So is that why all of me is so emotional now? Because they ain't eating healthy?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
It comes down, listen, I was
Yes.
watching a program that said about our urban communities, right?
Mhm.
And how the food and the grease and the chicken and all that, it really triggers our aggression part in our brain. And they're systematically doing this.
I can believe.
And you can believe it because you see the outcome in our communities.
Yeah.
Everybody's always fighting, everybody's always aggressive, everybody's
Under
always
stress. Yeah.
exactly under stress, right? And why?
That's the shit we put in our bodies.
The things that we're putting in our bodies is extremely, extremely important to the functionality. I mean, look at a car. Think of a Lambo
I thought about that.
or a Ferrari, right?
Right.
Put 87 in it.
That shit gonna run bad as hell. It's gonna run ridiculous.
So treat your body like a high-end vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Only put the best food possible. If I can have like fruit or juice or whatever, I just won't eat. I'll be hungry. And when I know that I picked up a potato chip or like one or bad food item, I know what's gonna happen after that. And tomorrow, all I'm doing is drinking juice. Tomorrow, I'm doing is drinking pineapple cucumber juice. That's all I'm doing tomorrow.
So how often do you eat? Since you say all you do is juice, like when well, let me do a 2-part question with that. Is it healthy, 1, to only drink juice and not take in food? And 2, how often do you take in actual food?
So now, we are creatures of habit. Right?
Okay.
There's people in the world that have never had anything but fruit,
Okay.
right?
Right.
There's people that are only consuming but like meat products, right?
True.
So it's all according to your own body. There's a diet out here that's focused on your blood type,
Yeah. Bodybuilders use that.
right? On your blood type. So if you're not eating anything according to your blood type, you don't consume it. Some people need more meat than other people. Some people need more carbs in their diet than other people. That's what you have. That's what the importance of what your blood type is. Because according to your blood type, you may need more vegetables, you may need more carbs, you may need more this, you may need more that. Right? That's a lot of the things that we don't.
Right. I damn sure didn't know. I'll be the first to tell you. I didn't know nothing about
Right.
that.
Like right now, for the next 2 days, I'm drinking beet juice. Why? Because I just finished menstruating.
Okay.
Every time we menstruate, as women, we're losing iron and we're losing calcium. It's one of the worst things that happens to us when we go through menopause, osteoporosis, because we lose calcium through menstruation.
Mm.
So if we don't replenish it, And if we don't exercise, because what a lot of women don't know that when you exercise, when you're building muscle on top of your bone, it's making your bones stronger because your muscle is heavier. So your bone has to be able to carry a heavier muscle.
Right.
So it has to be a stronger bone. So that's why exercise is important.
So you said you got something for when y'all menstruate and when y'all go through menopause, but what did you say for the men? Like
So for the men,
you know what I'm saying? Like when we get older
So-
and you know our
so for
start
the men, so I
decreasing.
started juicing in the winter, right? Pomegranate
Okay.
is great for men's prostate. What happens with men as women age, your prostate gets weaker, whatever the case may be,
Right.
right? And also with men, your blood pressure is important
Right.
because your blood pressure is going to affect the way your heart pumps,
Right.
the way your blood runs through your body is going to affect the way your penis erects. And that's point blank period. Right?
Right.
So if your blood pressure is messed up, if your sugar is messed up, it's going to affect the way your erections
Right.
are functioning, right? So
Okay.
beet juice, spinach, they all affect your blood flow. So you have to constantly be eating. My line for my juicing company is prevention is better than treatment.
Ooh. Bars.
Okay, so
Bars.
if you prevent it, you won't
Right.
have to get treated for it.
Yeah, because we know
Right.
that the hospital.
Like a lot of people come to me, oh, what do I do for high blood pressure? What do I do for diabetes? What do I do for this?
They give your ass
Drink
pills.
the fucking juice.
Exactly.
If you don't have any problems with sugar, then we don't have to monitor fruit to vegetable ratios,
Mhm.
right? Me, all I drink is juice, day in and day out. I've lost weight. I've managed my depression. You know, I've managed my emotional outbursts, right? Like I've managed so many things in my life by just drinking juice. I'm not looking for a specific juice. I'm just drinking juice day in and day out because I know that based on my diet, I'm not consuming all of this stuff in just once. Like I heard someone say, you know, when we get into watermelon season, you should be eating watermelon like your life depends on it. Because our body's melanin, watermelon has an enzyme in it that it affects the way your blood runs through your body.
Probably give you some watermelon tomorrow.
Watermelon.
All right.
We grew up eating watermelon.
So once I learned that, and then lime makes your body alkaline. The reason why you want to make your body more alkaline is because diseases only live in acidic environments.
Right.
Right. And then you have mint. Mint rids your body of any odors.
So
So the
that's
joke is that
interesting.
stinking.
No, but it's interesting because you're talking about juices, right? And then off air, we were talking to Miss Lisa, and she is doing a diabetic movement. You know, what I'm saying, people for with diabetes. So Miss Lisa, just real quick, you know, what I'm saying, let us know what it is that you're trying to do for people with diabetes and what got you involved in that.
Well, it's really narrowed in on one type of diabetes,
Okay.
which is type 1 diabetes.
Mhm.
Because that's an ailment that can't be changed. So it's a matter of how we eat, but it is, I don't restrict my daughter who has type 1, this is where that came from, but I don't restrict what she eats, unlike type 2 diabetics who have to monitor the sugar. They have to monitor how much they eat. They have to monitor the intake of different types of foods. A type 1 diabetic, we don't monitor what she eats as much as we count the carbs and do a ratio of how much insulin she will need for her body to absorb that food.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to put the awareness out there for parents who may have children who end up having type 1 diabetes. When we were growing up, it was called juvenile diabetes.
Okay.
So that's how you may hear it or know it in your brain as juvenile diabetes,
Right.
but it is type 1. There are actually 8 different types of diabetes.
Really? I didn't know
Yes.
that.
I thought diabetes was diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only know two.
I always
Most
thought it was
people only know
diabetes.
2, but there are actually 8 different types. So type 1 for me is a huge thing that I care about because my daughter has it. So the awareness for families like ours, we had no clue. We only knew that type 2, right? Your grandma's diabetes. So the symptoms and things like that come for a child that's having this, you just don't know. It could mask itself as something else. So my thing is just bring awareness to people of what the symptoms are, what to look for. Even going ahead, and if you're worried, if you think to get your child tested, there are, certain tests that you can have done to see if they carry the trait of getting type 1. There's no known trigger for type 1 diabetes. Like you can't say, well, if they, constantly do A, B, or C, they'll get type 1. There are markers that will show up in your blood, but there's nothing that actually triggers it. To this day, scientists really don't know why our children are plagued with type 1, but they are. So that's my thing, is just to give people awareness to learning about type 1, knowing the symptoms. If your child is extremely thirsty to a fault, most children are, can I get some water? Can I get some soda? Can I get some juice? But if they become thirsty to a fault where you just can't seem to quench that thirst with no matter what you give them, that's a red flag. If they are urinating a lot, that's a red flag. If they even are of school age and then they start wetting the bed again, that's a symptom. If they become lethargic when you know that they are normally an active kid and they're just sleepy all the time, that's a sign. Those are things to look out for. For us, it was my daughter, we thought that she started with the thirst, right? And then we thought she had a stomach virus.
Okay.
Because she couldn't keep anything down. She was, it was school had started. We thought it was a stomach virus. And
How old was she?
she was 6
Okay.
at the time.
Wow.
And we treated it as a stomach virus, right? So here we are 3 days in, and I went to wake her up because she had been asleep from the night before all the way. We're now at 3 o'clock in the next day, and she hadn't woke up, and I had to wake her. And she said, can I have some more of that special juice, which was the Pedialyte, and I gave it to her, and she immediately threw it up. And when I went to change her, I realized how much weight she had lost. So there's another sign, extreme weight loss. I could see her collarbone, and her ribs were showing through. And it was like, how did this happen in front of me? And I didn't see this, Took her to the emergency room, and long story short, she ended up being in what we call DKA, right? She was in diabetic ketoacidosis, which for us who want to lose weight and people go on this keto diet, that is what you put your body in to lose weight. As an adult, you can do that. But as a child, her body was basically eating itself, right? So she was in DKA. They pricked her finger. Her blood sugar was 985.
Dang.
A normal blood sugar for any, person is 70 to 150.
Wow, dang.
So she, she was in the ICU for 5 days. And then they transferred her to the diabetic floor at the Children's Hospital. And we learned all about diabetes, how to give insulin and so forth. So it's a shock to families that have to do this, but it's so common. Over 1 million children are diagnosed with type 1 every year. It is becoming a common disease in our country.
And it's not.
So it's,
It's not.
So the question to the two of you is, do you, one, to the conscious creator juices, and two, to the mom of a child of diabetes, do you guys think that you guys could get together and make a juice that could help both of y'all out?
And when it comes to irreversible, this like irreversible.
Like not reversible, but
diseases,
just helping.
Reversible, but something, I think there could
so
definitely
that can be
be
manageable.
something
right?
that kids would like,
Exactly.
but would
That's what I'm
also
getting
be
at.
nutritious, because one of the things about my daughter is we always say we never waste insulin on juice. Like we never waste insulin on our drinks. So we don't drink soda. We don't drink juices that have sugar unless she's going low, because that would be more insulin that I have to give her versus the meal that she wants to eat.
Right,
So
because what
having a
she's-
juice,
Right, because what that goes into is the satisfaction of feeling that fullness from the food. Because you think the juice
Right.
is not gonna give you that satisfaction, right? Because you're thinking like drinking a liquid is gonna be a waste opposed to drinking a solid item.
well,
Right.
considering if it's a natural cold pressed juice versus
But like,
you know,
Soda or
a
something.
soda or
Right, but then I'm
something,
also
I'm not
gonna
gonna
be
let her
saying-
drink a soda. I'd rather her have something. I'm not gonna
you
waste
know, like I would
30,
never let
you know,
like a type
carbs
1
on it.
diabetic person drink a soda, right? That's like entirely too much sugar.
But
That
see, you
is-
keep saying that, and that's what I want to change this is my passion, right? I want to change
Okay.
the vocabulary.
Okay,
We have to change the vocabulary because you're so used to saying, don't eat sugar, because that's type 2. But with a type 1 diabetic, I don't care how much sugar she has. It doesn't, and I'm not being facetious
No,
when I say
no.
that, but what I'm saying is we are concerned with carbs.
right, but you said can't do the carb, but carbs, eventually when the body breaks it down, it's sugar.
Right, but you just said I would never let somebody have a soda because they have so much sugar. But what you have to look at is right above that sugar line is total carbohydrates. It'll say something like 47 carbs, right? With an additional amount of sugars of 31 grams of sugar. So for us, it's all about the carbs. So we have to change the vocabulary for people when you're speaking about a type 1 person. And this is something that she's had to deal with
Okay,
teachers, with caregivers, everything. It's like, can she have that? We would get ready to have some cake. Is it okay? She can eat anything she wants.
Right.
as long as you're
You see what
counting
I'm
the
saying?
carbs.
They're counting the carbs.
Okay,
Because people initially will say, oh my God, I had this candy bar, but I didn't want to give it to Kira. Why not? Well, it's, she has diabetes because we're so programmed to type 2 that sugar is bad.
Okay.
Whereas if for us is we just have to count the carbs. And unfortunately, carbs are in everything, even in vegetables and fruit.
It is why I tell people,
Yeah.
that when people are like, even when people, proteins are in everything too. When people are like, oh, how can a vegan get protein? Proteins are in everything. Not in high levels, right? Like those are meats or whatever, but protein
Right.
is in everything. So I can build muscle eating regular food, just anything without eating meats. I don't have, people don't have to. So I totally understand when you say carbs are in totally everything.
Every
even
fruit,
meat.
vegetables,
So
everything. So we
Right.
have to change the vocabulary so you can say, hey, Kira, you want some chocolate? And she'll say, yeah. And you say, okay,
Cool.
let me tell you how many carbs in there so you could dial it up, right?
Okay.
Versus, I don't think you should have that, baby. No, she give her that.
Right.
She can have it.
So you're just trying to make her conscious.
so creates the freedom.
So just to better understand it, so based on the amount of carbs that she eats is basically how you would administer how much insulin she would get put back in her body. Is that
Yeah.
what I'm
we,
understanding?
yes, we determine what her ratio
Okay.
is. So for her, she's 10-1. So for every 10 grams, she's one unit of insulin. So we do that ratio per carb. So right now she's pretty easy at 10. When she first started, we were like at 15, and then we were at 12, and we're at 18. It fluctuates. So, but now we're at 10. So we do every 10 grams of carbs, we do 1 unit of insulin. So that's how we do her thing. And then that just allows her to eat what she wants to eat. And I get it. And I tell people, when I was in the hospital with her and the lady came with the menu and she was like, what does Kira want for, you got to fill that menu out for the days. And I'm looking at this, I'm saying, they got strawberry pancakes, milkshake. I said, I think I got the wrong
Menu,
menu
right.
because in my mindset,
We was
I'm
on that sugar.
on sugar,
Yeah.
right? And the nurse came in and she was like, "Mom, come on now." She was like, "Kira, you like chocolate pancake? Okay, you want a milkshake? What flavor you want?" Okay, and I'm saying, "Oh my God, this
So
can't be
question,
right."
how do
Yeah,
you
my
count the
baby, right.
carbs? How do you count the
So
carbs?
for Kira, it's every 10 grams of carbs is 1 unit of insulin.
So how do
So,
you know what's 10 grams of carbs?
on your beet juice right now, how many total carbohydrates is in there? Do you have like a neutral? Okay, let's not even do that. Okay, waffles, frozen waffles. And one waffle is 15 grams of carbohydrates. That's 15 units of insulin.
Okay.
Okay.
So if she has 4 waffles, we multiply that.
So do you go like, 'cause some waffles are small, some waffles are huge.
If it's a packaged item, the nutrition
carbs
facts are right there.
So you go based on the nutritional facts.
Yes, if
Okay.
it's something that I cook, like if I make pancakes,
Right.
and if I do a cup of pancake mix,
Okay.
right? I know that every pancake that I put to, like that whole thing of pancakes is gonna be 43 grams, right? If one
Okay.
cup of dry pancake mix is 43 grams.
Hmm.
So I can split that up into however I want it, but I already know that she's getting 43
And that's
units of
because you
insulin
mixed it based on the
on the
nutritional
instruction.
facts.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is why I said we try not to waste our grams on juices, soda, and so forth that are not natural. I'm not speaking of natural juices. I'm talking about we go to concession stand, we're in the baseball park all day.
Right.
Right.
So if she's like, "Mom, please can I have a soda?" If it's not a zero, a diet, or whatever, she can't have it, which is not the greatest thing when you're talking about artificial
Yeah,
sugars,
right.
but I'd rather her use the insulin for that hot dog that she wanted or that hamburger that she wanted versus that soda that I gotta give her all that insulin for just for that drink.
So
Yeah.
that's what, so again,
She's
my
still
my
being-
question's going back to
Right.
how can you two link up and create a juice for the moms that are at the parks all day
Yes.
with
We
the
have to work
kids?
on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, even the football players, because we
Yeah.
have football players that
Yeah.
are diabetic.
Yes.
So what juice can we put on the market? Because we know Gatorade ain't fucking it. We know that
No.
for real. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
a natural juice, because like I said, I'm all about our community. Tear everything else down. Let's build our shit up. So what do y'all do to get together to create
Yes.
a juice,
Mm-hmm.
natural juice that can help not just the kids, but everybody
Yeah.
that's a diabetic, you know what I'm saying? With
Yeah.
type 1, let's say that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
done learned a lot, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
let's
So let's
Yeah,
say,
me too.
you know what I mean? If they're
Yeah.
type 1, so I think, look at that, boy, we done created somebody.
So we'll connect.
Yes.
Yes.
Work on that for sure.
Yes.
And like I said, I have a really close friend that his son has type 1.
Okay.
He's lived with type 1. So we're just talking about, what juices are we gonna make for you
Mhm.
guys? Because his dad too deals with diabetes off and on or whatever. So now it's just like, getting the right mixture for them so their blood sugar won't spike. So they're able to sustain a good lifestyle,
Mhm.
and still be happy people as they eat whatever they want.
Right. The hardest thing is finding foods that fall into that community that
Yeah.
taste good, right? Like I tried so many
Exactly.
different cereals from these people who created these cereals that were for people with type 1 so that they don't have all these carbs in it, but you taste it, it's like, oh my God, I'd rather eat a box. Right?
Because what the
I'm
thing
eating
is-
chalk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The thing
Yeah.
is, our
hard.
taste buds is accustomed to this, right? So the only way that you're gonna be able to eat these not so good tasting food, the thing is that our taste palette, our palate is not accustomed to it. But now if every day you force yourself to
Right,
it, right?
exactly.
You force yourself to it.
You adapt.
Eventually,
It's gonna adapt.
you're gonna drink it like it's
drink it.
nothing.
Yeah.
Right? You're gonna eat it like it's nothing. It's just a matter of getting past that point that we have to get used to it, because let's think about it. If that's all we had to eat,
Then we would eat it.
that's what we're gonna
Right.
eat.
Right.
The reason why we're thinking we're not liking it is because we're thinking of other options that we so possibly have.
Yeah.
Right? But when we get our palate, like at one point you could never get me to drink beet juice. You had me.
I grew some beets one time.
Man, beats nasty.
But
Shit.
drink I drink like beet juice without nothing. I just drink the beet juice. But you
Yeah.
can never get me to do that 10 years ago.
Wow.
Right? But it was
Yeah.
because I got myself, and it was the ooh and ooh and ooh and ooh that I got myself to the point that now I drink it like it's nothing.
Mm.
Right?
So
I have to
make
get to
sure
that.
y'all go out and follow. Look, her label's on the bottle. She even got the damn scan to pay right here on the bottle. You know what I mean? So it don't get no easier than that. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all go to Conscious Creator Juices on Instagram. Go follow her, go find her, go support her, go show her love, and make sure that y'all share. Like it don't take you no time at all. It is not gonna hurt you in no shape, way, or form.
Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Tell a friend, tell a friend, man. Make sure Conscious Creator Juices. Go find it on the gram. You know what I'm talking about? You never know, man. You might pull up at Publix one day and see one in the store. You be like, damn, I seen them on Speak On It with the fam. Now I want to link up with her. Y'all know what we say. You wasn't fucking with us when we was trapping. Don't fuck with us while we was you know what I'm saying? You want to shoot, shoot. So don't come trying to shoot now. You know what I mean? But again, man, thank y'all for coming on. You know what I'm
Thank you for
saying?
having us.
Yes.
You know,
Sure.
Lisa's a avid follower. You know, she always hopping in comments. So y'all didn't seen her comment on plenty of things in the comment section. She believes in it, so we appreciate it. Yeah, Anna, you know what I'm saying? She's a big time mover and groover around the city. She got a lot going on. You still letting people rent them cars out?
I slowed down a little bit with that because
Yeah.
I don't, the thing is that I don't like the work behind that.
I got you.
Right, I did it. I don't like cleaning cars. Again, I don't like doing certain type of physical work. I think it's a man's job. Okay.
So you
Like,
need a man to clean the car. That's what gets me. There you go. There you go.
be the attraction. right? I'll get the cars. I'll get the rent.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, then
So-
I need you to clean the car.
Yeah, man. So you know that's what we do over here, man. We keep telling y'all.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying?
There it is. We're not playing, man. I told y'all, man. We ain't just on here talking, man. We really living what we speaking. We supporting our community, and as you can see, we always trying to get back and find ways to make our community better.
Yeah.
Miss Q, you know what I'm saying? Fran the doula, look at her. Our ladies, our women, they need doulas, man.
Yes.
Believe it or not, they need somebody to speak for them and make sure that they are well taken care of while they're in these hospitals. So make sure y'all go find Fran the doula, follow on the gram, and reach out to her for my ladies that's pregnant. Art Entertainment, DJ Artwork, he all over the city tonight, bro. DJ Artwork, keep combos fun like clockwork. Let go. Yeah, man, where you at tonight, bro?
Beaumont Cigar Bar. About an hour. Well, a little over an hour.
There it is, man. So, hey, if y'all in the city, pull up on Beaumont. Y'all already know, pull it up. Everybody got Google. If you can't spell it, then just say it. Find Beaumont Cigar Restaurant Lounge.
Shout out to AI.
There it is. Shout out to AI, man. So, yeah, man, that's what we're doing. Speak On It with the fam. Make sure y'all go follow us, subscribe to us. Hey, reach out to us. Y'all see, we have you on the show. It ain't never no problem with getting you on the show. We stick by what we say. We all about the community. So, anybody got anything else, man?
Nope.
That's great. That's great.
We appreciate y'all for coming through. But we're gonna head out. 'Cause we got shit to do.
Hey.
So shout out to all our sponsors. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, we'll see y'all.
Let's go.